Hello, and welcome to the Downsized Live. What are you doing?
I don't know.
It's weird. Weirdo.
I don't know.
Get away from me, you weirdo. Who are you? I'm Laraine Durham. This is my husband, Christopher Durham. We've been married for 23 years. And on September 29th of 2023, we started compounded tirzepatide. I lost 50 pounds. He lost 100 pounds. We said, hey, this stuff is great. We should start a YouTube channel and tell people about it. So that's what we did. So we've been doing our YouTube channel now for about 2 years. We make videos every day to help you on your GLP-1 quest for knowledge and journey and quest for health and all the things. So this is our live show where we take questions from you, our viewers. You can ask us stuff. Maybe we know the answer. Maybe we don't, because we're not doctors, but we have had some experience with this medication. We've talked to lots of people. We've talked to some doctors too. And but this is not medical advice. We're not doctors. If you have questions or want to start on a GLP-1 medication, you need to start with a checkup at your doctor's office. Okay. Like and subscribe to the Downsized. 21 of you already have. Congratulations. You're my favorites. Everybody else, I'll just wait while you hit the like.
22.
You're also my favorite, number 22, to hit the like button.
We can't see who they are, so it doesn't.
Can't we?
We have no idea.
Maybe we do know. No, we don't know.
YouTube gives me a lot of data. It does not give me that data.
It does give a lot of data. What's happening out there in the world, downsizers? Are you losing weight? Are you getting healthy? Are you taking your shot every week? I know Kirsten just took her shot.
Is Kirsten out there? Are you out there, Kirsten?
I don't know, but she posted
I saw she
on
did.
social media.
She did. Yeah.
All of our content is free. If you'd like to support us further, we have a club Downsized. You can see that join button. You can click it there. Maybe do that later when we're not live. It'll take you somewhere else and you'll see us talking about why you should join. Why should you join? Well, you get a separate special live for just Club Downsized members that we did yesterday. We usually do those on Tuesdays. And we do have a special Facebook group just for paying members. I used to have a open for everyone Facebook group, but Facebook took it away and won't give it back. So I really just do that now, moderate the group just for our members. So you can do that, or you can just hang out here with us and watch our videos and be a subscriber, and that's free.
Yep.
Okay.
You get custom emojis, and there's a little badge by your name that says you're a member. You can see like
If you
Anna Hoover has a badge by her name.
Right.
There's all kinds of fun
Hi,
stuff.
Anna Hoover. Anna Hoover. Oh, you took away the comments, so now I can't see them. My hair's sticking up. Oh, what happened? What happened here? All right. I drove my car with the top down today, so it got a little messed up. I went to the dentist. No cavities. Look, Ma, no cavities. And that's the end of that. Okay.
So Laraine said on compounded tirzepatide, about half of my weight loss journey was on branded medication. So I've used both Mounjaro and Zepbound, tirzepatide, compounded, the whole 9 yards, all along the way. And there's various reasons for that, including shortages and doctors and all kinds of fun stuff. But it's been an exciting adventure.
We've taken over 130 shots in our 2.5 year journey. That's all I have to say.
That's all you have to
and good
say.
night.
Say hello to Anna Hoover. She was
I
the
just
very first
did.
commenter.
I did. Hi, Anna. Hey, Anna. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member.
So if you'd like a question, please start your question with a Q. We love questions, so put it out there. Basically, as I do these, I scroll through them, and the more comments there are, the longer it takes me to get to them. And I'll do all of them eventually, maybe, but sometimes we run out of time because there's a lot. There's 152 of you out there right now, 54 likes. I can't actually see how many comments there are, so I have no earthly idea.
Did you tell them to start with a Q or
start with a Q.
Start with a Q.
If there's anything going on in your life, you started the medication, you've lost weight, you got good A1C numbers,
if you have
had
a question,
grandchild, whatever, we'll celebrate you and go, hey, you are fabulous, and we'll give you something like confetti or the dancing robot or the Carlton, or Lorraine's favorite, the dancing girl.
We need a new dancing girl.
I also have an astronaut.
Oh, I like
that
him.
sometimes
It reminds me of
pops up.
MTV. Do. Oh, and we've just had real astronauts
And
lately.
if you're really
the Artemis
special,
astronauts.
there's teenage Christopher
Oh,
with
yeah.
hair.
I think that's circa 1986 in Washington,
That was
D.C.
my senior high school trip in Washington, D.C.
I guess that's 1986
Yeah.
because you're old. He's much older
That is
than me.
indeed. Now, Laraine has a picture where we reenacted that. I'll have to do a side by side and show you.
When we went to Washington, D.C. for the OAC conference last year, we did one of those. All right. Moving on. Before Christopher started tirzepatide, he had a full head of hair. That would have been the joke. Wait, put the picture back up.
Are you going to make fun of me? What?
I mean, I didn't know you were putting that picture up. That's all you. Before he started tirzepatide, he had a full head of hair.
It's not true. That hair was long gone by then.
Now, when I met Christopher 23 plus years ago, he had slightly more
I had
hair.
more than I have now,
He had
but
slightly
not that much.
Not
that
much.
much.
So, anywho,
I could show you, but
then we wouldn't. Okay, moving on. Does anyone have a question? Questions? Concerns?
in the meantime, we'll say hello to people. People occasionally will comment, "Stop saying hello to people." You know what? It's our live. We get to talk to people. People love to see their names.
You've already gone on the defensive. We've been on for
No,
5
I'm
minutes.
not on the defensive.
Hi,
Jeanette
Jeanette Dunn. Hi, Lorraine and Christopher. Notice she spelled my name correctly. Bonus points for you.
Bonus points.
Debbie Stolt. Hello, Lorraine and Christopher. It's great to be here. Another correct spelling of Lorraine. Thank you very much. Freddie Manny says hello, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Did you see we had somebody comment in Russian today?
Can you like translate it?
I could, yeah. Google Translate would translate it.
Person?
It was a real person, and it was a real person, and they said, because if you're speaking other languages or other countries,
Pravda? Sorry,
YouTube will actually do a dub and translate it, but apparently it's not a really great dub. Like, so you will see Lorraine speaking in Russian if you were in Russia, or if you were in Spain, you might see her speaking in Spain. We're really not. It's YouTube doing it. Anyway, this person said it was a pretty bad dub, but she had lost X number of kilos on semaglutide, and thanks for the channel. She was very nice. Let's see.
We just got a super chat from Mishrik $4.99. Thank you for your super chat. Just a heads up to peeps, Amazon has Ozempic and Wegovy month worth of branded pens for $1.99 with a prescription. Wow, that's an amazing price. Is that all doses? That might be starting dose.
It's got to be just the starting dose. I think that's
the starting dose.
Yeah.
But that's an awesome price. I mean, I remember when I went to get Christopher Ozempic 3+ years ago, I got to the pharmacy. The pharmacist says, that'll be $1,000. And I said, see you later. Who can afford that? Right. So prices have definitely come down on these medications.
I was looking on Amazon to see if I could see it.
I think you have to go to Amazon Pharmacy.
You should be able to search for it.
Anyway, thank you for your super chat. We appreciate that. That's a great way to get your comment to go straight to the top of the list. It puts it in a separate separate
Amazon
bucket.
Pharmacy
I guess.
Does indeed have.
We've got another super chat. Kirsten's here. You heard me shout you out right from the get-go. Hey, Kirsten. Kirsten's here. Kirsten's Memories. Thank you for your super chat of $1.99. She says, I'm here. The shot hasn't started working yet. LOL. Okay, well, we're all rooting for you, Kirsten. Now, Kirsten is a member of Club Downsized, so we were chatting on our live last night with her, and she was debating, is the shot working? Is it not working? She's lost a good amount of weight. Kirsten's a very small sized person. I've met her in person. She came on the cruise last year. She's maybe 5 feet tall, maybe not quite 5 feet tall. And she was concerned that she felt like her medication wasn't working anymore. She was getting very hungry. She was hearing food noise again. And it was suggested to her that perhaps she go off the medication and maybe try a different medication called Phentermine. So she did that. She's like, I'm still hungry. I'm still hearing the food noise. I'm kind of miserable. What's going on? So she made a list of pros and cons, and she decided to get back on her tirzepatide, and that's what she did. So she took her shot today. And right after all of this, and I was talking to her on Facebook a little bit today, an article popped up that was about should you go off the shot for a time and then go back on. And there's not any good evidence to suggest that that would help anything.
There's no evidence either way because there's no research.
So our feeling, and we're not doctors, but our feeling here at the Downsized is keep taking it. Take your shot every week. I don't ever plan to go off of the shot, nor does Christopher. I have the disease of obesity. I've struggled with obesity since childhood. Obesity is a chronic progressive disease that does not have a cure.
What I would say is that it's not that I don't plan to go off the shot. It's that I plan to continue medical care. So if at some point in the future there's
something
a
better,
pill, a patch, gummies, I don't really care. If my doctor has a medication that's the next greatest thing that will help me do it for cheaper, that's fine. But it's continuing.
We believe in science, and this science has helped us lose weight and become healthy and keep in check our disease of obesity. So obesity is a disease, as recognized by the American Medical Association. It's not your fault. You didn't you didn't wake up and choose obesity one day. I didn't wake up at age 10 and say, oh, I think I'm going to be a little bit chunkier than all my classmates today. No, I did not. So, yeah.
So I looked Amazon. Yes, the $199 is the starting dose price. It's also the same price everybody else has with the and NovoCare and stuff with the coupon. But that's as low as it's been, and we've reported on that a couple of times. Let's see here.
Prices.
Yeah, me too.
Lynn NG, hello. Debbie Stoltz says, question, when do you do members only live time? I miss it all the time. It was yesterday. It's usually Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We are on Eastern time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. We were traveling, we did our big trip, our big 3-week trip that we just came back from. So that we kind of got off schedule with that because we were in a different time zone and it was too complicated.
And
but
honestly,
we're back on track now.
Yeah. And honestly, what I learned about traveling over there with lives is we ended up with a whole...
Everybody in the UK loved it.
Yeah, with a variety of people from around the country and the world.
Yeah.
I don't think we're normally on lives.
Right.
So it might be worth varying our times a little bit.
I'm not doing a live at midnight.
No, I wouldn't do a time at midnight. No.
Or 6 a.m.
Yeah. But it might be, we definitely got a different crowd, which was interesting. And I like being able to speak to as many people as possible. So occasionally you may see them vary, but in general, the club lives at 6 on Tuesdays on Eastern Standard Time. The regular live today is 7 Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays.
Kurt, good evening. Christopher and Laraine from the West Coast. I love all these people are spelling my name right. I feel so happy. Thanks, Kurt. Gwen says, good evening, all. Hi, Anna. Zach G. Oh, he's told us how to say his name. Yeah, Knighting, like a knight. Like a knight. Yep. Good evening, everyone. Linda Bookmiller's here from South Carolina. Hey, everybody. MM Callie's here. Hello, all. Lori Wise, hello from Florida. Jody M, hello from River Falls, Wisconsin. Val from Florida is here. Val Fitzwater says hello, everyone. Debbie Stolt says hey from Central Florida.
There's a lot of people
Got a lot of Flow Riders, Floridians. Vicky Dombrowski, hello from Reno, Nevada. Hey, Vicky. I think we met in person, didn't we? At our meetup in Vegas.
I think so.
Audrey Hershey says hello from Gulfport, Mississippi. Alaska-Fun. Hello from Anchorage, Alaska. I want to do an Alaska cruise.
Me too.
When are we going to Alaska? R.E. Houston, Texas. Hello from Houston, Texas.
Well, the challenge of Alaska is it's going to be like our transatlantic cruise, and it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
And you didn't really like that.
No, I wasn't a fan. I'm not a fan of cold.
There's no bathing suits and
No. I saw a really funny TikTok today. It was a girl, and she says, how I pictured my transatlantic cruise to be. And she's in a bathing suit, and she's on her balcony, and she's getting sun, and she's splashing in the pool. And then it said how my transatlantic cruise actually was. And her hair is blowing in the wind, and it's raining, and the boat's rocking. And I'm like,
it wasn't
right.
It wasn't all that. No, it was fine.
No, but it was cold. We don't like being cold now since we've been on this medication, because we used to run hot and now we run cold just because of the medication and from the weight loss. New chapter, Nana's here. Hey, all. Hey, Nana, Callie. Everyone, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already. This is one of the best GLP-1 channels out there.
Thank you very much.
So
There's 219 of you out there, 221 out there, 94 likes. So,
all right, cool. Thanks, Naturalista 20's here. Hello, everyone. Haven't seen you around in a while, Naturalista. Peggy Naylor says, I started Zepbound in June of last year for sleep apnea. Cool. I recently had another sleep study and was told I no longer have. Oh no. Oh well, good.
No, that's good.
That's good. I thought she was going to say, and they took away my Zepbound. I no longer have sleep apnea and no longer need to use my CPAP machine. Confetti, please. Yay! Yay! Yeah. So Zepbound is now approved for sleep apnea. That's a great way to not sneak it through, but get it covered by your insurance if you don't have coverage for obesity medications, as we do not. And now Christopher's sleep apnea is resolved, and we never really got him tested for that. I was just like, wake up, you're snoring to wake the dead over here, and he would stop breathing in the middle of the night. It's terrifying. Jess, hello, BU, you are the best at it. Evening, everyone. Virginia Olson, hello from the Little Apple. I think she lives in, is it Wisconsin? No.
I know now her name is Ginger.
Her name is Ginger. She's a member. That's how we know. We get to know our members pretty well, most of them. We try to remember. Vera's here. Hello. Vera likes to cruise. See the cruise ship in the background. Vera, are you coming on the Downsized cruise? Deborah Kendrick. Hello from sunny, warm Colorado. All right. Mindy, Mayor Mindy's here. She says, hey, hey, hey. You may see Mayor Mindy around these GLP-1 streets. I think she watches just about every channel there is and is on some of them, comments on some of them. We've interviewed her.
She filled in for Laraine on a weekly weigh-in.
On a weekly weigh-in when
which was a fabulous episode.
I had to be away. Yeah, that was really great. Thanks, Mindy, for being here. Letty Sauce Do? Letty Sauce Do? Hi from Letty in Austin, Texas. Another Austin,
We've been
Texas.
to Austin. It was a very nice city.
GLP-1 for seniors. This is George Argos, right?
Yeah, hey,
he changed his name. Hey, George. George here, 64 pounds down, 3 from goal. That's awesome.
George has a YouTube channel that he's trying to and he's desperately trying to get it going, and he does a great job.
He's great.
So go check it out and like and subscribe to George's channel.
Yeah.
Let's see.
GLP-1 for seniors.
Deborah Kendrick says, when you question when you have to stop tirzepatide for your colonoscopy, can you take it right after the procedure when you get home?
It's a great question.
So the answer to that would be make sure to ask your doctor.
Ask your doctor.
I can tell you, I took mine the following day. I did not take it the same day. I didn't feel good. I'd been sedated. I kind of came home and just went to sleep.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it right away. Ask your doctor is the right answer. But you want to give your body some time to work through the anesthesia or whatever they give you to.
But I timed mine so that the following day was a Friday this last time. So, and I've got to schedule another one.
So I have a colonoscopy coming up in May, and it's on a Wednesday. I don't know how we're going to do the live that night. It'll probably be fine. It'll probably be fine.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's on a Wednesday. Now my shot day is on a Friday currently. So I'm going to start moving my shot day one day back per week, and then in my shot day on Wednesday, so that I was even thinking of going back to Tuesday, because my doctor tells me to be off the shot for 7 days prior to my colonoscopy. So if I take my shot on Tuesday, I go 7 days to the next Tuesday, and then I have my colonoscopy on Wednesday. And then I figured I'll have the colonoscopy on Wednesday and either take my shot Thursday or Friday. Maybe I'll get back on Friday to get back on the same schedule as Christopher. But I'm doing that. So when I did my first colonoscopy, my doctor said be off of it for 7 days. I said I'm going to be off of it for 14 days. Why? I don't know. Follow your doctor's advice. Don't listen. Don't follow what I did, right? So I was off for 14 days, and then the way the days fell, I was actually off of it for 17 days. And then by the time I got back on my shot, it was 18, 19 days. And I was a little food noise, a lot of hungry, plus because you're not eating for those days leading up, and everything is flushed out. So anyway, I have to have a colonoscopy once a year because they found some issues, and they said they have to keep some eyes on some things. And my grandmother died of colon cancer, so I definitely want to keep up with that. So if you're at the age to have a colonoscopy, please have that done. And the little test where you send a sample in to be tested, what my doctor told me is if that comes back with a positive, and sometimes you can get a false positive, you have to go in for a colonoscopy anyway, and then it's not preventative, then it's diagnostic, and then you probably have to pay more for it. So just a word to the wise now as one who has to pay yearly for her colonoscopy. Goody Doris says, hello all. The dude CHT says, what's up? Is that a kitty coming out of a box?
Biggie, yes, no more.
Biggie!
Says, and if you sign up now, we will throw in a set of steak knives. It dices. It
It
slices.
it dices, makes tons of julienne fries. Now how much would you pay?
Ron Popeil.
Hey, Piggy, how are you? Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Aida says, good evening. I love joining everyone. We love having you, Aida. She's in Florida. She's a member. We met her at our meetup last year. New Chapter Nana says, took my first 10 milligram today. Weight loss has slowed. Total loss 35 pounds. Last 7 weeks. Lose and gain the same 5 pounds. I've been hearing a lot of people say that. Keep losing and gaining those same 5 pounds. Losing and gaining those same 5 pounds. So first 10 milligrams. I guess you went up in dose today. So see how that works for you. Maybe that'll get things moving. Maybe you need to drink some more water. Maybe you need to get some more sleep. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Linda Love says, hello from San Diego. San Diego, beautiful place. My grandparents lived there when I was growing up. Nurse Tara says, good evening, Christopher and Laraine. Hello, Nurse Tara.
Let's see here. Margaret Stein says, question, do you?
Do we read that?
I'll come back to it.
Okay.
Question, do you think brand name Zepbound versus compound have more health benefits?
It's the same stuff.
Well, so there's a couple of answers to that. First of all, I've taken Zepbound, Mounjaro, and compounded tirzepatide from 7 different pharmacies. Lily doesn't like the compounding pharmacies to say same active ingredient as, but tirzepatide is chemically the same active ingredient.
Tirzepatide. Zepbound.
They have all worked exactly the same for me. If I had side effects, which I never had much, I had the same side effects. If I lost weight, I lost the same amount of weight. They did not. If I hadn't known what I was injecting, it wouldn't have made any difference to me.
Tirzepatide is tirzepatide.
I can tell you, as far as health benefits, the tirzepatide is going to do what the tirzepatide does, regardless of what it says on the outside of it. There's no additional health benefits because it's in a Zepbound or a Mounjaro wrapper.
Thank you, Margaret.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go back over here to Mishrik again.
All right, Michelle got a bet. Okay, we'll come back to you, Michelle. Sorry. Mishrik, thank you for your super chat. Your second super chat of $4.99. Thank you so much. What is that a picture of? What am I looking at? Is that a guitar?
Yeah, that's a guitar.
Roe, who has a deal with Novo for branded Wegovy. However, they denied me self-pay because I have Medicare.
Well, I can explain that. So
don't tell them you have Medicare.
So Roe
did
not deny you.
Yeah.
So what happens when you're on Medicare, Medicaid, a lot of the government programs is there is a federal law that says that Medicare patients cannot use coupons because it's seen as a form of inducement, because the drug companies are essentially paying you to take their drug. It is against the law for you to use coupons.
If you're on Medicare.
So if you're on Medicare. So the way Novo has that savings card set up that you get it at that price is that it is a coupon. If you went to Eli Lilly and you bought their cash price, so for Zepbound, their cash price is a true cash price. It is not. No,
coupon.
Lilly Direct is not.
Coupons.
Stop. Lilly Direct is not a savings card or coupon. It is a cash price, so you could actually buy from them, but it's not Roe. The same, no matter who you had tried to do that.
Is he getting it from Amazon? Because how's he getting it from Amazon at $1.99?
Cash price. So but it has to be set up. There's a federal law.
Yeah.
There's currently legislation that's been making its way through the House for a decade or more called the Treat and Reduce Obesity Act. TROA, that would eliminate that law. But it's. I mean, I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. But that's part of what it would do is enable people that are on Medicare and Medicaid to be able to use coupons like that.
Keep talking.
Let me see where I was. Michelle Frank, right? Here we go, Michelle Frank. She says, "Hi everyone, just finished my workout and got a badge for 10 days straight. Woohoo! Good for you, girl."
I had to text my child. Yay! Good job, Michelle. 10 days straight. That's awesome. Deborah Kendrick started January 7th, lost 16 pounds. Seems slow. It's not, Deborah. That seems average. Gained 1.7 this week. Tirzepatide, 5.4 compounded with B12. All right, so January, February, March, April-ish, 3 months times 4 weeks, 12 weeks.
Really, 11 because she started on the 7th. So you were above average.
I think you're right in that 1 to 2 pounds per week average. That's the average weight loss on here on these medications is anywhere from as low as a half a pound a week. Seems low, but half a pound to 1 to 2 pounds a week. Now, if you gained 1.7 this week, you've been on it 3 months. You're on the second dose and your titration. I don't know. Maybe it's time for you to go up in dose. Maybe not. Ask your doctor. Depends on your side effects and how you're losing. But if you've kind of stopped losing, 1.7, that to me is, I went on a vacation or something happened or I'm not sure. So take a look at what's going on.
I would give it a week and see how it looks. But, the challenge of titration is you've got to find that sweet spot where you stay on the dose that you can until it's no longer working. But if you let it go too far,
then you just go.
You're just wasting money, right?
Yeah.
So it's trying to figure out that sweet spot, and it's hard. And sometimes you go. But I'll tell you, we talked to somebody the other day. It was like, I've been on the same second dose for 6 months, and it hasn't been working for 4 months. Well, I can tell you should have titrated.
You're like a gerbil on a wheel. You're running fast but going nowhere, right? If you're not having side effects and your weight is not moving, go up in dose. Like if you're having side effects,
give it a few weeks.
If you're constant, and now I've been constipated through my whole 130 weeks, but that's just my body, and I know that, and I'm working with it. But if you're having side effects, you don't want to go up in dose because that's just going to make it worse, right?
Oh, and Vera's talking about exactly what we just said.
Okay, Vera, my doctor increased my Zepbound dose to 12.5 milligrams after a long stall on 10. Hopefully things will get going. I finally weigh less than my husband after years. Oh, Vera. Okay, where'd you go?
I was looking for JoJo.
Oh, yeah. Our club Downsized people were upset that well, just Kirsten was upset that JoJo wasn't on our live last night. JoJo's our cat, because JoJo was out. She wouldn't come in. Like she was just having such a good time outside in the nice weather that she wouldn't come in. Oh, here's Kirsten. I thought I was late. Glad I'm not. And is JoJo going to grace us with her presence? She might. She is in the house. So she was out all night last night. So she's a tired kitty today. Lori Wise says, started Wegovy last Saturday and weighed myself on Sunday. And lo and behold, I gained a pound. But I've lost 4 cents. Okay. All right. So I'm amazed how much this makes you stop eating too much crazy. Yeah. I weigh myself every day. Congratulations on your loss, and it seems like you're getting started. I weigh myself every day, and that's good and bad, right? Because you see those daily fluctuations, and you have to really just try not to get upset about, up or down. Kind of have to look at it over time, but good for you. I'm glad you got started. Mary Renfro, taking my shot every week, still losing 2 pounds from losing 100. Wow. You're in the 100. We should make a 100 club for people that have lost 100
It'd be a very
pounds.
large club.
Right? I mean, I remember back when I did Weight Watchers, and I've been on Weight Watchers off and on since like the 80s. It was rare to see somebody lose 100 pounds on Weight Watchers. Like, I could count on one hand, maybe through the years, the people that I saw lose 100 pounds on Weight Watchers. So, diet and exercise, it's just, if it would have worked, I would not be sitting here right now, right? So, but good for you. What are you doing?
I was looking at A1C ranges.
5. You want 5. You want in the 5s,
Yeah,
right?
so Clara7920 says, hello, my doctor just sent my prescription to Novo Care to start Wegovy pills. What can I expect with this pill? Will it bring my HbA1c down from 5.8? So for many people, Wegovy was originally Ozempic, and Ozempic was originally a diabetes pill. So Ozempic is approved by the FDA for diabetes. The exact same medication, semaglutide, is approved for obesity, weight loss, and it's called Wegovy. The Wegovy pill is the same medication. So theoretically, no, and not even maybe. In the trials, it absolutely did.
Well, 5.8 A1C is not terrible, right? I think you want to be in the 5s.
You're sitting right there at the bottom of pre-diabetes.
So, I guess this is why he prescribed you Wegovy as opposed to Ozempic. Because if he was really wanting to bring your A1C down, he would have classified it as a type 2 diabetes medication and would have put you on
I don't
Ozempic.
think 5.8 would get you paid for by insurance.
Well, that's why she's in there as Wegovy. So probably
got to be,
is the answer.
6.5 thereabouts. Hold on, let me get.
We're not type 2 diabetics, so we've talked to people that are on these for type 2 diabetes, but we don't have personal experience with A1C. I don't even think my A1C got tested at my doctor's office.
Mine was on the mine might have. I don't think it was quite where hers is, but it was probably a point below, 10 to a point below.
Cheryl Groover says, not a question. I've been going crazy shouting out about your channel on my GLP Facebook groups. Thank you. I'm 61. My daughter's 35, and we all lost 30 pounds combined since March 6th. I'm thrilled. Oh, and hello. Well, thanks, Cheryl. I appreciate it. We appreciate all the shout outs. Just send them right over here to YouTube. So yeah, we're also on TikTok. If you're on TikTok as The Downsized and Laraine from The Downsized, we're on Instagram as The Downsized. We have a Facebook page called The Downsized. I don't put a lot on there. 95% of our content is right here on YouTube, but I'm on social media, so sometimes I like to play around with that too. So Shopper Girl 8904 says, hi all. Shopper, what you shopping for today? Nurse Tara says, hello downsizers. Juanita Jones, good evening everyone. Hello Juanita Jones. The Tamika Michelle, hey Downsized crew. We have another super chat over there.
Diego Calerio.
Diego, thank you for your super chat of $10.
Are you still on your bit about Retta, Diego? 13 months Ozempic failed at 100 pounds to go. Now carnivore and Retta, 10 kilograms down in 27 days, losing 1.17% a week. Happy as a butterfly, also helps with ADHD and gives energy. Yay. I think you've commented this before, haven't you, Diego?
I think he commented last week because I was like, look at your super cute little picture. Yeah, so had 100 pounds to go. So a lot of people are going to say, retatrutide. What's retatrutide? Well, you can't really buy retatrutide legally yet anywhere. It's not FDA approved. It's in clinical trials. It's a medication that's being developed by Eli Lilly. We hope to have it out FDA approved and available for purchase in sometime in 2027. And we've heard, people in the clinical trials tell us it melts the fat off people. Like it's so effective that they probably will not be prescribing it for someone who has 50 pounds to lose. It'll probably be someone, it'll probably be prescribed for those top BMI people that come.
Congratulations, Diego.
Awesome.
Good for you.
Thank you for your super chat.
The gray market's not something that we endorse, I'll tell you, but you're a grown-up, so please make sure you're being safe.
Well, you must be somewhere overseas, right? Because 10 kilograms, 2.2 pounds per kilogram. So what's that, 22
It's the same
pounds?
thing overseas, too.
No, I know. I just wonder, where are you, Diego? Tell us if you're in another country. I'm just curious. Agby Diva. I'm down 37 pounds using Zepbound. I'm so glad for the positive changes in my health. Well, congratulations. That's great. A lot of changes. A lot of positive changes.
Lori Wise says, is that only for the first 2 months?
What is only for the first 2 months? I'm not sure. What is up there? She must be talking to someone. Sorry, Lori.
Oh, hang on.
Michelle, he just doesn't want to put your stuff up there today.
It's doing weird things. Hang on, Michelle. I'll get it.
Tom is Linda's husband. Tom looked different when he had hair. Michelle says, a first today on the Human Body Pod. My trunk was in blue for low fat. I had no idea they had a blue. Visceral fat went down to 6. That's awesome, Michelle. Yeah, so if you're wondering what is a Human Body Pod, it is a body analyzer type of scale that you step on. It has a handle, you pull it up. It runs a mild current through your body that measures muscle mass and fat, body water, all kinds of things. We're sponsored by the Hume Body Pod. If you want to use our code, the Downsized, you can have an additional savings at
the link is in the description.
The link's in the description. So yeah, I have my legs got to that blue just the other day. And I hadn't noticed that before, so that's cool. And your visceral fat went down. So yeah, that visceral fat is the deadly fat around your organs, right? So you definitely, good job with that. Linda Bookmiller says, Christopher Spick, love it. Tom looked different when we started dating too. Full head of hair.
Knock Nguyen. Haven't seen you in a while. Hello all. I wanted to know, when you went up in dose, how do you avoid having the side effects of fatigue, constipation, etc.? I've lost 40 pounds so far on compounded tirzepatide. Well, so here's the dirty little secret. There's really no way to avoid a side effect because you don't know that you'll have it anyway. You can respond to the side effect and you can keep good notes, and like if there were foods that upset your stomach and things like that, you can try and keep track of that and try to avoid those sorts of things, but you can't just stop a side effect before it happens because it might not ever happen.
Well, that's a good point. And also hydrate. Like, I'm sitting here drinking water, right? If you're not drinking enough water, you can feel fatigued. If you're not sleeping 8 hours of sleep at night, you can feel fatigued, right? So sleep and hydration are very important. As far as other side effects like the gastrointestinal constipation, diarrhea and stuff, you want to make sure you're eating fiber. I'm not eating enough fiber, and that's a problem for me, and I need to focus on my fiber. I think I did good today, But I had a doctor yesterday tell me you need 30 grams of fiber a day. That's hard to do when you're focusing on grams of protein, right? But fiber will help with that.
So all of those basic things that we say every day: eat protein, fiber,
water, sleep.
Make sure you're getting the nutrition, fiber, water. Those things are true regardless of where you are in the process. And honestly, they're true in maintenance too.
I still have to manage my chronic constipation. Jazzy says, hello, Downsized fam. Hello, Jazzy. Frankly, Michelle says, thanks, Val. You have been an exercise queen, but this is all new to me. Well, Michelle, I mean, that's just really great. Michelle's lost over, Michelle, you said it last night, 130 pounds. And she got this piece of exercise equipment for her house. She's been using it and been posting her results on social media. And I just think that's amazing, Michelle. Aida says, question, have either of you had more effective shots above the waistline? I've had 2 shots in a row that worked like it used to a year ago. Usually I go under waistline or back of arm. I don't know that I've ever correlated it to waistline. I just go around my belly button, but I don't ever go below. Actually, I'm just side or top. Like, I don't know.
There are lots of people who swear the locations matter. I've never found personally that they did. I've tried all of them. I've moved it around. We all want to connect dots. We want to make sense of things. And if it works for you, by all means, keep doing it. Yeah. Is there a true connection?
Who knows? But you know what? Let's keep good records. Keep a log. Keep a shot record, whether it's on paper or it's on your phone or it's in an app. You can record where your shot location is and how you feel. And then the next week, you can see the results from that, right? So, if it works for you to do your shot in your arm, do your shot in your arm. I don't like doing the shot in my arm. I'm just comfortable with stomach. I've done legs a couple of times. I don't like it. So, but yeah, you got to find what works for you.
Tracy C. Bolt, hello, everyone. What are your thoughts on the reports that the FDA is requiring more studies to be done on Foundayo regarding the liver?
Are they?
My thoughts is that is true, and that is in the FDA piece. My thought is Mr. Knapp, who's our buddy Dave, who's been on the channel several times, has a legitimate concern, but I think it's a bit misplaced. So what the FDA has done, and they do with a lot of drugs, and in fact most drugs, is as they look at them, they look at the class of the drug and they look at similar things, and they say, here's some things that we want you to watch, and here's some things we want you to continue to test. So this is a small molecule. This is the first small molecule GLP-1. So what they've said is, because small molecules have a tendency to they all have to be processed by the liver. We know in other drugs that they have a tendency, they could cause liver problems if you're not careful, that we want you to watch that, and we want you to come back, and they're going to do some additional clinical trials on them that will be back in 6 months or something like that. Is it a concern? What it is it's the FDA doing its job and recognizing that class of medication has potential issues. The most common medication that most people take in that class is something you may have heard of. It's called Tylenol. And Tylenol, when taken too much, can cause liver issues. If you probably haven't read the back of that bottle, but it says that.
Oh, I have. Yeah, you can't be taking Tylenol.
I think Dave's
I
think Dave's real concern is that we as a community have a tendency to experiment on ourselves with these medications and often take more than we should have already on the shot. And if that were to happen with pills, and you were to double, triple, whatever those small molecule orforglipron, Foundayo, that could cause liver issues, and that's a legitimate concern. That, however, is a patient education conversation that needs to happen, and we need to say, do not take more of Foundayo. It can cause. Follow the prescribing instructions. Exactly. Do not deviate from it. There are issues
Yeah.
that could happen if you're taking more than you should, and it needs to be reiterated with your doctor. There are problems that could come out of that. So.
Read the instructions that come with your medication every single time, right? Don't take more than you're prescribed. You know what I mean? Like, follow the directions. I think
it's just this is a community that has taken a lot of liberties with all of this.
Well, I mean, we especially, if you've been on this for a long time, you're kind of getting the hang of it. Maybe you're learning some things that work for you, and maybe they're outside the realm of what it says on the pamphlet that comes with your medication, right? But with Foundayo, take it exactly as it's prescribed. Don't be messing with it. Don't be exactly. And if you have issues, you have to get with your doctor.
These orals aren't something to mess with, I'll tell you. And I watched a video from Fit Flavor Fun today. Allie's our friend as well, who said she had seen somebody that was cutting up the oral Wegovy pills, and the challenge of cutting those pills because they wanted to microdose the pills.
No, that doesn't work that way.
The way that the oral Wegovy pill works is there's a snack technology that helps it with absorption, and the pills you just really can't mess with. People, please.
The damn Noom commercial with their microdosing is
it's not a general statement about microdosing, but on the pills that
you can't microdose a pill. It has a built-in thing where you can't do that.
What's going to happen eventually is the FDA is going to flip out and is going to start shutting more stuff down on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and is going to come after influencers and YouTubers and TikToks for saying stupid stuff. And that's the kind of stupid stuff that are going to get people fined. Yeah. And it's going to be
bad. Or get
bad.
somebody hurt.
Yeah. It's going to be bad.
You know what I mean? Like, we have a super chat.
We do have a super chat from Piggy Yes No More. Piggy Yes No More. Thank you, $49.99, who says, has anyone heard any updates regarding the Safeguarding Americans from Fraudulent and Experimental Safe Drugs Act of 2025? Did it die on the vine? Good question, Piggy. Actually, I was looking up that earlier today because I was like, what the heck happened to that thing? There is a lot of legislation floating around at both the federal and the state level, and that was one of those that was supported by Eli Lilly and the folks from the delegation from Indiana, and they didn't really have a lot of co-signers on it. And I don't think it's died on the vine so much as it's just sort of floundering in committee. So I guess you could call that dying on the vine. It's not going anywhere. They can't get enough support to do anything with that. But it's a good question, Piggy. So
thank you for your super chat. Super chat.
Here we go.
Hello. Nancy Germain says, got blood work results today. All is well within the normal range. A1C, triglycerides, cholesterol, etc. Also titrated me to the lowest dose of a high blood pressure medication. Oh, soon to be off of it altogether. I was going to say, if everything's normal, why do you put you on it? So you're coming down off of one. That's great. These meds work. One thing I think we've learned about high blood pressure is you might always have to manage your high blood pressure with the medication. So don't be upset.
Just pay attention to it. Yeah.
Right. Because Christopher, when he lost his weight, his medication, he had to get his medication adjusted to his new weight. And it's not something you can necessarily come off. So,
the challenge
we
that
kind
I've
of thought that he would come off and not have to go back on, but it has to be managed.
Yeah, it still has to. And my doctor and I are having ongoing conversations about it.
Yeah.
And blood tests, and I take my blood pressure every day. And I was off the blood pressure medicine for
a couple months.
Longer than that, almost a year probably.
Yeah.
The challenge is my genetics are fighting against me.
Right.
And so because I take it every day, I could see it was kind of bouncing around.
Your blood pressure.
A little bit. My weight hadn't changed, so it wasn't a weight thing. And my medication, the tirzepatide, he's like, you know what? it's the weight helped and all that, but let's figure out how to maintain it. So we're still kind of playing with dosing and frequency.
Well, it's a chronic condition,
Yeah.
right? It's a chronic condition, and just because you lose weight doesn't necessarily mean that condition resolves. It might still be there because of genetics.
Just monitor it is what I would say.
Travis, has anyone with Human Body Pod paid much attention to AG ratio?
I don't know what that is.
What's the AG ratio, Travis? No. Should I be? What is it? Somebody tell me what it is. Now, I will tell you that lately the body water has been not correct, and I've reported this issue to Hume. AG ratio.
What is that? What is that?
I don't know
even know what that means.
I thought there was one part that told you what that was. Maybe let me go back here. AG ratio. I don't know what that is. Is it something I can tap on and figure out what it means? Nope. My AG ratio is 90.6. I have no idea what that means.
AG ratio is the albumin globulin ratio. Is a blood test comparing the levels of albumin and globulins. How would it know that?
Why would I want to know that? Mine has pretty much stayed the same since I've had the scale in September. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Tell me more, Travis. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing on that one, Travis.
Sorry.
Lynn Carson has a question. Why can't I get Zepbound in a bottle? I assume you mean a vial. The pen hurts, and I'd like to do twice a week for more even meds. I did compound, but allergic to the mix. I can't get it
you mean
plain.
Without compounded without any
there's a couple of things going on right. So you can pay cash from Lilly Direct and get it in the vials. It's a straight up cash price.
Lilly Direct vials.
It is what it is. Those are really only designed for single use, so they don't really like you to use them multiple times, but we do know people who have. The other thing is, I would say, is this kind of pen, I assume you say hurts. I never found it hurt, but I always found that the sound was a little more jarring. Than I never actually felt the thing, but it makes that clicking and kind of does an impact. If you have only ever had this one, it might be worth trying this one.
The quick pen. Because
it doesn't have that kind of percussive nature of it. You put it in, you just inject yourself it. So it might be worth trying this one. And this one, you can actually adjust the dose by turning the clicks. And you could actually do 2 shots in a week if you wanted to with a pen like this. So you could try that. As far as compounded medication goes, if you were allergic to the mix, I would have said probably you need to talk to your compounding pharmacy or your telehealth company, and they may have another pharmacy that has a different. Each one and it was probably the preservative.
So many different.
Each one uses a slightly different preservative and mix in it, so they could have adjusted that. I can tell you, as far as can I get compounded plain, the answer is there may be 1 or 2 people out there still doing it, but it's not going to survive long term because there's no legal defense for just selling tirzepatide. Right now, compounders are still legally able to sell tirzepatide. One of the reasons is because it's a personalized dose, a personalized mix. Now the courts haven't debated all that yet, and there's a lot of but the reason they're still doing it today, so they can't sell straight up tirzepatide because that would just be Zepbound.
It has to be compounded with another thing to be able to be sold.
But in all likelihood, it was the preservative in it and not whatever the additive was. It was B12 or niacinamide or what.
So I use Mochi Health. When I look at my Mochi Health, when I say if I want to choose a different medicine or choose a different pharmacy, I have a list of I think 10 pharmacies now from which I can choose, and I can choose different strengths and different combinations of different medication. So I can choose it with B6, or I can choose it with glycine, or I can choose it with niacinamide, and I can choose it from Empower Pharmacy or Medvera or Drug something or other. There's a bunch of pharmacies on there, right? So now we've used, like Christopher said, 6 or 7 different compounding pharmacies over the course of our 2.5 year journey. One of those compounding pharmacies gave me an allergic reaction.
A site reaction.
An injection site reaction, a big red welt. And I wasn't sure it was the tirzepatide. And the next week when I did my shot on my other side of my stomach, I had a red welt over there. So the preservative that compounding pharmacy used, I just don't use that compounding pharmacy anymore.
Now,
so
I used the meds from that pharmacy.
He didn't have an
No
allergic
problem
reaction.
whatsoever.
I'm allergic to bee stings. I don't know. I have different, everybody's different, right? So if you have an allergic reaction like that, I sent pictures to my Mochi doctor. I also sent pictures to my local doctor because I really wasn't sure what was going on at first, and I figured out it was the compounded. So I just used a different compounding pharmacy now and a different mixture.
All right, there's
But
3.
plain, no, you're not going to be able to get it plain unless you get it
There might be
directly
one
from
or two
Eli.
out there that are still doing
Hallandale might, but I don't think so, and it's not going to be a long-lasting affair. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't bank on that.
There's 308 of you out there, 168 likes. Hello, everybody. My name is Christopher. This is Laraine. We talk about GLP-1s. We've lost 150 pounds between the two of us. If you're new here, say hello. If you'd like to ask a question, start it with QQQ. We just work through the things that we are behind timeline-wise in the questions. There might be, I don't know.
If you'd like to pop your question to the top, you're welcome to do a super chat, and that goes immediately to the top of the list. But no pressure.
You don't have to. Yeah.
We're just happy you're here. Just hit like and subscribe. Oh, hey, Anthony. Hey. Hello, Anthony. Hello, everyone, he says. The Shay P. Hi, everyone. First live I've caught in a while. New job, new hours. All right. Well, I'm glad you're working us into your new schedule. Thanks. Michael G. 1956. I just want to say how well Mounjaro has worked for me. I lost over 25% of my body weight in 33 weeks, 221 to 164. I have not needed to move above 5 milligrams. Hello from Southwest Florida. Well, good for you, Michael. That's awesome. A lot more men are starting on these medications. We got a lot of men commenting and sending us information. Terry Short says, hi, everyone. Hit a milestone today. 25 pounds gone. Loving tirzepatide with Mochi. Love you guys and your positive energy. Well, thanks. I'm glad you like Mochi. If you want to try, anyone else wants to try Mochi, my link and my code are in the description. And I'd love for you to get started with them. I've been using them for 2 years. Very happy with them. Mitsu Grace, hi from North California. Hit my 1 year anniversary, reached my goal, 70 pounds down, seeking balance and maintenance, working with a dietitian. Tirzepatide is a miracle, and the Downsized is a godsend. Oh, thanks, Diana. That's awesome. 1 year, 70 pounds. That's great. It's right. It's good to work with a dietitian, right? I've consulted with a dietitian a couple times through our journey, and it's almost like a little coaching session, right? Especially if you're entering maintenance, you really want to get that balance of food. You want to make sure you're eating all the food groups, right? Because a lot of times you'll see people say, this is what I eat in a day, and it's all protein. And there's no vegetables, there's no fiber, there's no calcium, there's no fruits. So we really want to make sure that we're optimizing our health and eating a wide variety of foods.
Travis says, it says android fat versus gynoid fat on the body screen. Last option on drop down at the top right. I don't know what any of that is. I'll have to Google that. I don't know.
Android? Like a robot? Like the phone? What does that mean? I don't know. Perfectly. Hello, beautiful couple. Well, hello, and thank you. Kirsten, I'm 4'9", and I did lose a total of 50 pounds. Yeah, Kirsten's a tiny lady, but gained back 10 in the 6 weeks I was off, and I was trying most of the time. But food noise, Fred, is a mean. I know what you mean. Yeah. So, when you're 4'9", 10 pounds on somebody's, that's probably over 10% of your body weight, right? If you're right at probably 100 pounds, or you're probably 4'9". I'm not sure, but 10 pounds on someone that small looks a lot different than someone who's 5'5" or 5'10".
10 pounds is 20% of 50 pounds.
What?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Go ahead.
What did you say? I was just trying to follow your math.
It wasn't mathing.
I didn't think so. All right. But anyway, and Kirsten had taken a break from the shop for a while, and now she's back. So we're all rooting for you, Kirsten. Let us know. And Kirsten's going on the cruise too. So come join us on the Downsized cruise, and you can meet all these people. Cheryl Groover says, hello from Gig Harbor, Washington. Shot for July 24 to August 24 for AK cruise. Huh?
Alaska. She must, I don't know. not really sure what you're saying.
I mean, is that a little picture of you like the 1st or 2nd grade, Cheryl? Or is that, who is that? That's cute. My mom used to do my hair like that when I was in 2nd grade. Richard Rojas, hello and hugs from Santa Barbara. Always love seeing you too. You give out so much information to keep us all in the loop. Love my journey with tirzepatide. Well, awesome. Thanks for watching.
Rhyme Skill. Hi there. Thank you for the channel. This is my 3rd week on Ozempic. Today I started getting acetone breath. Is this normal? Anything I can do to make it go away?
Acetone?
Well, I've never heard it called acetone. A lot of people will have what they call sulfur breath, burps, or things like that. Maybe that's what you're talking about. If that's the case, what happens with these medications is it slows your digestion, and very often because it slows your digestion, the food's in there a little longer, and it's just kind of brewing, and it makes that sort of stuff in your digestion, and then it comes out as kind of nasty burps.
Nasty.
It's a known thing. It's not uncommon. Is there anything you can do about it? Let's see what the crowd says. I never really had it.
I mean, you might, if it's a sulfur burp situation. I mean, I know a lot of people have remedies for that. I always just kind of chewed Tums or some Pepto-Bismol or something like that. If it's actual breath, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'd ask your doctor.
I'm a big fan of diet ginger ale, so I think it works for a lot of stuff. And either way, I just like it. So.
All right. Aduna Asir, hello from Australia. Oh, good day.
Hello
good day to
from
you.
down under. It's tomorrow.
They're in the future in Australia. Christine 903 9030. I've been on 0.25 milligrams Zepbound. Maybe you mean 2.5?
Probably.
As my maintenance for the past several months. Gained 5 pounds in the past 4 weeks. Sounds like you need to go to 5. PCP wants to stop in next 4 weeks. Why would you want to stop? How much did you lose? Maybe, I don't know. PC, I get very frustrated with these doctors who don't understand that obesity is a disease, and these medications are treatments for the disease of obesity. They're not cures. So for asthma, for diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, these are all chronic conditions. We don't ask people to go off their asthma medicine. We don't ask people to stop taking their insulin if they're a diabetic. Like, these are chronic conditions. And I would really advise you to find a doctor who specializes in obesity medicine, obesity certified doctor, and get their opinion on that, because
if you go to our website, thedownsized.org, there's a resources page, and there's a link at the top of the resources page where you can search for obesity certified doctors. We don't make any money off of it. Just links out to the obesity medicine, and you can just find people who. But
if you're on 2.5 and you're gaining weight after 4 weeks, that's not your maintenance. You're not maintaining on that dose. That's not maintenance. So I think you probably need to go up in the dose. But again, we're not doctors. This is not medical advice.
Nancy, if any of you are thinking about becoming a member, I highly recommend it. Laraine and Christopher are knowledgeable and encouraging, and Laraine will break out in song for us sometimes.
I started to do that with the nasty. Where's Anthony? He can sing along with me. Janet Jackson. It's Janet. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. This is our cat, JoJo, the official mascot of the Downsized. She does what she wants. WA mom of Washington, mom of 5. I'm 41 and was diagnosed stage 3. Oof. Doctor said I'd had the tumor 10 years. Get sure. Tested. Oh, wow. At 41. Yeah, please get those colonoscopies, guys. It's really important, and it's not that bad. You get a good clean out, a nice nap. GLP-1s for seniors. Thanks for the plug. You can go watch George's YouTube
George,
channel.
somebody sent me an email the other day and said, have you met George? You should really do an interview with him. I said, yeah, I've met George. George. We've had him on. So I sent her the link. She goes, oh, that's a good interview. I said, share it with people. Yeah.
We've got over 100 interviews with real people on our series, The Downsized Dish. So if you want to come on and tell us your story and do an interview with either Christopher or me or both of us, go to our website at thedownsized.org, click on the Downsized Dish application, and you can tell your story to the world, and then everyone will know. A lot of people say, oh, I wasn't going to tell anyone, but now I guess I'm telling everyone on the internet. And you know what? It's great. What, are you trying to move JoJo around?
Well, I changed the cameras, and this is a tracking camera that I was trying to get to track JoJo.
I don't think it's tracking.
Well, I think it's tracking me. See, it's following me. All
okay,
right.
Stupid human tricks, right?
It
okay.
is.
But anyway, the dude.
It's following me.
The live after the colonoscopy, I'm sure will be a gas. LT, don't worry. Yeah, I mean, I now have to, I can't do my colonoscopy. You know how sometimes you can do them in the doctor's office, kind of like a local, kind of like, you know, it's a low stress kind of procedure. Well, not me. Now I have to go downtown to the hospital in downtown Charlotte, and have it done. In case they find anything like they found last time, they can just zip it on out while I'm in there instead of having to repeat the procedure. So I think last time I was pretty drugged up, but that's because they were like lasering some stuff out and fusing some things back together. So I don't plan on being out of it, but you know, it's hard to say.
Hard to say.
JoJo and Christopher can take. Where'd we go?
Right there.
I can't read that.
Well, I was adding a different
something
camera.
about if I do my shot every. Sorry, Cynthia Kozlowski. If I do my shot every other week, it would work. I have a lot of GI problems. Yeah, I mean, if you're on the lowest dose and you can't get past the side effects, and you're on the pen where you can't go down from that dose, a lot of people spread the dose out to 10 days or 2 weeks. That's something really to talk about with your doctor.
But yeah, I mean, it may be that you want to close that gap a little bit and try a shorter gap.
She doesn't want to. She's just stating a fact.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but if she's gaining weight, then if she continues what she's doing,
Was that the person who was gaining weight?
That's the person who was gaining weight.
I don't remember reading that name before.
Pretty sure.
Okay. All right. Exciting dead air. All right, Virginia Olson, have you seen if tirzepatide is FDA approved for heart failure? I don't believe it is. Can you make that bigger?
Oh, yeah. So I don't think anything's technically approved for heart failure. Ozempic Wegovy has a cardiovascular indication, but I don't know that it's necessarily just defined as heart failure.
I think that's a different drug. Yeah.
I know it's a different drug, but I'm just...
I'm agreeing with you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I know there are trials happening with tirzepatide, Zepbound, Mounjaro that are coming, and I think the early read on them is it works pretty well, but it hasn't been approved like that.
It's JoJo. Cynthia Kozlowski, question, would I be able to do my shot every other week to alleviate GI issues? Yes. I mean, talk to your doctor. If you're on that lowest dose, if that works for you, if you're still able to lose weight doing that, then yeah. You might want to go to a compounded where you could take below the starting dose if the starting dose is you can't tolerate it. Just Sherry-O. Got my body fat down to 25%. Visceral fat to 5. Woohoo! All green except my waist to hip ratio, which is close, 0.87. I mean, what are you going to do about that? You need to get down to 0.85 or below. Okay, girl.
Yeah, I think you're probably close enough.
I think you're sounding pretty good to me. Metabolic age was 4 years older. Now 2 years younger. My metabolic age has dropped to 1 year higher than my actual age, which, thanks, Body Pod. Yeah, that's great. Margaret Mitchum, 7762. Hello, Christopher and Laraine and Downsizers. 69 pounds down today. 11 months, 5 milligrams Zepbound on the treadmill. Go, girl. Or, yes, girl. Awesome. And you are still on 5. Some people can lose all their weight on 5. Some people need to go up to 15. Everybody's different. So that's awesome. I'm glad it's working for you.
Linda Norman, Medicare Bridge Program will cover Zepbound quick pen only, no single dose vials or pens. So that is true. I actually have a video coming out tomorrow that's like a 30-minute long video that goes into all the details of it. So as from Lilly, it will cover the quick pen for Zepbound, and Foundayo from Novo Nordisk. It'll cover the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen. So that's it. When Balance opens up, it adds a whole bunch of other things too. But stay tuned. Could probably look around 4 o'clock maybe tomorrow.
And please, if you have questions on that program, please watch that video, because we get so many of the same, and I know it's confusing, the same Medicare questions over and over again. So watch the video Christopher's going to put out tomorrow. Like, put it on your to-do list.
There is a link in the description that takes you directly to the CMS FAQ page, which is where all this, I'm not making anything up. I'll show you exactly where it comes
from the source.
I'm just trying to make it more digestible is all I'm doing.
And it's confusing, we get it. Anthony, I told my friend I know someone who says Uniglow. Yeah, and what about it? And she asked me how that's possible when the logo has the letters in all caps. It's just how I say it. Anthony, I have reached the point in my life where I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. Case in point, this past weekend, I went with a group of friends to a karaoke sing-along in downtown Charlotte. I don't know. They had a guy on the keyboard and a girl with the microphone and words up on the screen, and everybody was supposed to sing along. Only the girl singing really didn't know the songs, and so we had to help her. And me, I'm right up there in the front row singing along. So anyway, we got done with that, and they told us to dress in sparkly sequined outfits. So I had this sparkly sequin dress. I loaned my friend Shelly my pink sparkly sequin dress, and we went with about 4 more ladies. We were doing this. And then they said, oh, now we're going to a second stop downtown in south end of Charlotte to a place called Groover's. And I'm like, y'all, it's 9:30. It's almost bedtime. They're like, come on. I'm like, all right. So we get down there. We stand in line to get in. We go, it's packed.
Is this entire story just to demonstrate you're old?
It's packed. And so we worm our way onto the dance floor, and we're, and this place has music from 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. So of course I know all the songs. So of course I'm singing all along. And these 20-something kids, age 20-ish kids are in there, and they're all looking at us like, what are these old ladies in the sequin dresses doing in this bar? And a couple of the girls come up to us and go, you guys look great. What are you celebrating? And at first we're like, oh, we're not celebrating anything. We're at this thing. We're like the 5th person that did that. I said, what are you celebrating? I'm like, what do you mean?
This is just how I dress.
What do you mean? They're like, well, are you having a girls' night out? Or I'm like, No.
Say hello to Darium.
So, and I've just kind of realized, hey, Darium, that I don't, if I'd have been in my 20s on that dance floor, I would never, number one, have gone on the dance floor. I would have, number two, been so self-conscious about myself or my size or what other people thought of me or whatever. And now I have discovered I don't care. I truly do not care. And it is so liberating to be now at a size and a mental state where I'm like, I don't care if you think I'm dressed inappropriately. I don't care if you think I'm too short, too tall, too fat, I don't care. Welcome to postmenopausal life, ladies. Okay, Darium says, it's Darium, we should do a 100 club. It'll be a very large club. No pun intended. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we could have a special like badge or something. I don't know. Would that be good or would that be bad? What do y'all think of that? Mindy M GLP-1, right, Darium? It'll be a large club of small people. Yeah, I think Mindy's lost over 100 too, right? Hadn't Mindy? Or maybe she's 80-ish. I forget, Mindy. Norma's Scrotch. What do you do about constipation? Well, I like a remedy called Mag07. It's basically magnesium in pill form. I took some just last night. So if I, and I'm trying to be better about my fiber and my water, vegetables, exercise, but sometimes that just, the digestion slows, and I have a very redundant colon anyway. So I've been told by my gastroenterologist, and things just sometimes don't move. So I take 3 Mag07. That's what the directions say to do. 3 Mag07 at night on an empty stomach with maybe 20 ounces, maybe 30 ounces of water. And then it flushes everything out the next day. So if you are interested in that, I have it on my Amazon store. You can go to thedownsized.org, thedownsized.org, click on the store. It's in Lorraine's GLP-1 favorites. It's all products that I've used that I like. Maybe a couple of them he's used, but mostly me.
True that. Mm-hmm. Darium says, I came in and hit the like button.
Thanks,
please do the
D.
same. That includes Novo, Lily, Amgen, Viking, Lottie, Dottie, everybody. I think he's trying to get you to sing there.
So
He's trying to get you to sing.
Lottie Dottie, everybody. So Viking, I opened up an E-Trade account because, we talk about all these Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk and Viking. And so I bought a couple shares of Viking, and I got to vote in their stockholders voting today.
Cool.
It was very exciting. I just said yes to all. Send.
So yeah. Darium, Lottie Dottie. So during COVID,
you kind of talk about
during COVID, all the event, everything, of course, was shut down, and we had live events that still happen. So a lot of the reason we have equipment all of this is because of COVID. We
switched everything to virtual.
We had to go to virtual, so I bought a camera and all that fun stuff. Well, we did an awards show for our package design competition, and it was also the same time that what's the Cameo came out. If you guys know what Cameo is, you can go on and pay for like a B-level celebrity to say, Laraine, happy birthday from.
Oh, maybe I could be in the celebrity.
David Hasselhoff or whoever it is. And there's all kinds of them on there. So I went through, and as part of the virtual event we were doing for the award show, I bought 6 or 7 different cameos from different people and had them announced. So like the lady who's the chef, who's the host of Top Chef now, wasn't then, but Kristen, I forget her last name.
I'm interested to see how this is going to relate to GLP-1s.
Well, because it's not going to relate to GLP-1s. It is going to relate to Lottie Dottie. Dougie Fresh was one of them.
Was it Dougie Fresh or Flava Flav?
No, it was, Dougie Fresh is who I had to do a cameo for it.
Dougie Fresh.
He rewrote the lyrics.
Oh, to include our Vertex Awards.
To include our award winner, who was Whole Foods Markets. They thought that was the coolest thing ever. Yeah. Completely unrelated story.
Hit like and subscribe.
Yeah, hit
Yeah,
like and
because
subscribe.
Christopher also tells random stories.
I do as well. That's
okay,
for sure.
so let's not just say it's just Laraine.
Not in the frequency that you do. But
she's my cherry pie. Mama, 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 mama. Hello, friends. Hope all is well. Have you two heard anything about Lilly coming out with higher doses of Zepbound or when? I know they're testing it.
yeah,
right,
they're
Justin?
testing 3 more doses.
I heard they were looking into 20 milligrams, but I haven't heard anything about it. It's in testing.
I have heard that as well. It's in clinical research right now. They have not given any readouts on that. I would have to believe that it's going to happen by the end of the year, but they haven't said anything. That's just me guessing. And Wegovy,
I think they're coming.
And Novo and Wegovy released HD.
Your husband is coming.
The higher doses. So surely they want that to happen this year, probably before retatrutide comes out would be my guess. But yeah, it's in clinical trials.
Patty Z. Hello, LD and CD from Somerville. That's where my mama lives. Have taken 8 shots, down 12 pounds. Very few side effects. Awesome. You look like you might run in my mama's crowd too.
She might live in her neighborhood.
My mom is 80, and she,
but
she
you don't look 80. You only look 21.
She mentioned to me, if I wanted to lose 15 pounds. So I asked my endocrinologist if I could try that medicine that you're on. And he said, I didn't need to lose 15 pounds. I said, Mom, you don't need to lose. You don't. That's because you don't. And she goes, oh, but if I could just, and she's 80. Like, when do we get to the point where we're like, I'm good?
But what's so funny is Laraine is a notoriously terrible mimicker. Like, she makes voices for people that sound absolutely nothing like the people.
What do you mean?
However, that's what her mother sounds like. It is.
Michelle says, hi, Darium. Am I finally going to meet you on the cruise? Darium is not signed up for the cruise. Darium, would you like to come on? Would anyone out there? Anyone? Bueller, that came on the other day, and I got sucked into watching it on AMC. Bueller. Would anyone like to come on the Downsized cruise with us? So we still have, he can't make it this year. I'm sorry about that. We still have spots available if you'd like to go on a cruise with us and 75 other Downsized enthusiasts. It's on Royal Caribbean, June 4th through 8th, 2026. You can go to our website, thedownsized.org, click on the cruise tab, see all the information. Okay. Our friends Jeff and Gina Lebens from Anchor Moments will be with us. They were kind enough to do a promo video. They came by to visit, and we got to do some videos with them. And one lady mentioned on Gina's channel that she thought the price was too high. We try to pick the lowest price cruise that we can on a major cruise line, and then we add a little bit on because we have to pay for like room rentals and things. So
T-shirts, swag bags. Yeah.
We don't really make any money doing this. We just kind of like to go on a cruise with other GLP-1 people, and if we could pay for our cruise doing it, that's fine with us. And we do like a full program of events. So every day we'll be doing meet and greets and programs and dinners together and meeting up for activities and beach days and excursions and stuff. So hope you can join us. Kitty's biting me.
Ayush, I don't know how to say that. Ayush Couture. Question: started at 265 pounds, now at 240 pounds on 7.5 milligrams Zepbound. So you're down, what's that make it? 25 pounds. Took 4 shots of 2.5, 8 shots of 5, and 13 shots of 7.5. Stuck here for quite some time. So moving to 10 milligrams next week. Progress is slow. So you lost 25 pounds, and 4 plus 8 is 12.
17, 30 weeks.
Right. And so 25 pounds in 30 weeks.
I think you're in the average range there, guy. Yeah. So it's a little bit less than a pound a week, but it's more than half a pound a week, right? So you're kind of in that average range. Progress is not fast weight loss, y'all. It's not even like, I don't know. Like if it was, if the thing about these medications is you're going to get pretty consistent weight loss. And if you're stuck here for quite some time, 13 shots on 7 milligrams, you're moving to 10 next week. Probably a good idea. Hopefully
Sounds like
you'll
you should
see.
have moved up.
Sounds
already.
like, I don't know, but we kind of have to learn as we go, right? And there's no race, there's no like finish line. Everybody wants to get to that goal weight. Like I know I was like racing to that goal weight, right? But really you have to think about this as long-term medication, like rest of your life medication, and how are we going to optimize our health along the way. So you're doing good.
So Lori Wise, my insurance did not approve my Wegovy, but was able to use Trump RX to get it for $199 for the first 2 months, and I'm on Medicare. That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll move on from that.
Ayush says, I wish I can go to 155. So what did you say you were?
How tall are you?
Yeah, how tall are you?
That sounds
Ayush?
Skinny.
Well, 265. I don't know. I mean,
155.
Yeah, it just depends on how tall you are. I'm 5'10" and a half, basically really 5'10". And I started at 286, and I really float now at 185, a couple pounds up, pounds down every week. I mean, that weight would still be in my healthy range for me as well. I would be too skinny though. I wouldn't be. I kind of thought I was too skinny. I got down to as low as 183. And I was like, this feels a little too skinny for me. So went up a pound or two, and then now we're just kind of floating in maintenance. But you just take your shot every week. It'll happen. You can get there. Oh, Diego Calerio says from Brazil in San Diego.
Cool. Oh, so you're in San Diego, but your
Is
scale
from
is
Brazil.
measuring you in kilograms because you're from Brazil. Gotcha. Vicki Andrews says, hi, y'all. I am down 80 pounds on Zepbound in a year. Awesome. I think we've talked to you before, Vicki. I think I remember your picture with, I think that's your daughter. Awesome. That is fantastic. Sitter School of Dance. I'm on a clinical trial of tirzepatide and retatrutide.
Are you doing it at the same time or what?
Wait. Did my 6 months of tirzepatide and lost 56 pounds. Currently, maybe she switched. Maybe she maxed out of the tirzepatide and then switched over.
I don't know. I want to hear more detail.
Fourth month of retatrutide. Tell us
must
more.
Not be at the same time then.
No, I think it was one than the other. Yeah, tell us all the details. Retatrutide is in clinical trials. That we hear great things about it. We're anxious for it to get FDA approved. Brindy J. This week makes 1 year on Zepbound. I've lost 34 pounds to date. I lose an average of 0.6 pounds a week. There you go. I am slow but steady. I started at 197 and I'm thrilled with my progress. That's fantastic. Yeah, that is fantastic. 0.6 pounds a week. That's right there in the average, right? It's slow but steady. So good for you.
Yep. Sitter School, who was on the retatrutide trial, says just would like to tell people they might be disappointed with retatrutide if they have already been on tirzepatide. It's not the miracle people might expect. I've had more side effects at 4 milligrams.
Interesting.
Well, I think the reality for me of retatrutide is it's another option for people, and to me, I look forward to a time a few years from now when there's 6, 8, 10 options and that you can walk into and your doctor can evaluate your specific needs and give you the best drug that works for you. This whole thing about aiming for the highest weight loss honestly is kind of irrelevant. They'll all pretty much get you there. Okay, so retatrutide, if you're a couple hundred pounds up, may get you there quicker, but we've seen tirzepatide really do it. We've seen Ozempic, Wegovy really do it. So it's really about your doctor having choices. And if we can combine that at some point in the future with more affordability and better accessibility, then it's a game changer.
I wonder if when you were on tirzepatide and then you switched to retatrutide, did you go to a corresponding dose, or did you start at the lowest dose of retatrutide and have to go back up? I'm just curious how they probably you went to the lowest dose and worked your way back up. I'm wondering how that pans out. You know what I mean?
So let's see here. Cherry Pie asks, question, any news on which states are going to cover GLP-1s with Medicaid starting in May? There's nobody starting in May, I can tell you that. So watch the video that comes out tomorrow, and I go into a great deal of detail, 30 minutes long, on the two programs. The one that will start in July, that will open in July for your doctor to submit you to, is called the Bridge program, and it's not state dependent. It will actually be managed by Humana. I'm trying to get that up. I can't get it.
Kind of. You got that spotlight.
It'll be managed by Humana, and assuming you hit that there's 3 tiers of eligibility, and your doctor submits it appropriately, regardless of what state you live in, it will be available. The challenge of that program is it will end December 31st, and the new program will begin January 1st, called the Balance Model. And so for Medicaid, for sure, your state will have to opt into it. Medicare doesn't work that way, but Medicaid does. What we know right now, and I looked for a list, they haven't released a list on, CMS hasn't released a list on what states have opted in yet. You would assume it would be a similar list to people who are the states that are currently covering GLP-1. So there's only like 13 or 14 states right now currently covering it. So you'd assume it'd be at least that, maybe more. But if there's a list out there, I haven't seen it. So if anybody knows, I looked extensively because I would have included it in the script I was writing.
Falling on midlife NP. Hello, Christopher and Laraine. Your channel is very informative. Well, thank you. I am a nurse practitioner on a GLP-1 and documenting my journey and providing education for women in midlife on a GLP-1 and perimenopause. Well, awesome.
Well, girl, when are you coming on for an interview? It sounds like you have a YouTube channel.
Right. We should do an interview with you. Yeah, there's just not a lot of information for women about perimenopause and menopause and postmenopause. And we just don't know stuff. Like, my friend Elaine, who got me started on tirzepatide, she was talking about she was having these issues, and I said, "Are you on hormone replacement therapy?" She goes, "No." What's that? I'm like, everything you're describing, like hot flashes, like brain fog, like all these things. I'm like, have you asked your doctor? No. Should I? I'm like, yes, absolutely. I don't think we know what to ask for. And if our doctor isn't offering it, we're suffering with these symptoms when we could be managing them. Actually, I was at the dentist today, and the dental hygienist said, "Oh, I'm about to have a hot flash. It's hot, it's cold in here or something." And I was like, "You're too young for hot flashes." And she's like, "I'm 53. I'm like, "Really?" And then she's like, "I can't take hormone replacement therapy because I have a medical issue." I was like, that stinks. She's like, "Yeah, I know." But 10 years ago, I would not have had that conversation. I wouldn't have known anything about it, or it's just only in the last 5 years that I've really learned anything about, as I've gone through it myself. Luckily, I had a doctor that was like, "You need this, you need this, you need this, you need this." But some people just don't have that.
But we're always looking for medical professionals to come on and do interviews. Absolutely. And if you're also on the medication, all the better, because it just gives you a better perspective. You can email Laraine at laraine@thedownsized.org, and we'd be happy to have you on. Typically, we do since before the cruise, we've been doing them every Thursday.
Our doctors
that they not filming them, but they actually run on Thursdays. Mm-hmm. This week there won't be one on Thursday. We have one recorded. That's a really cool one that Laraine did, but unfortunately,
there's some issues we have to wait.
The company.
That's all you need to say.
I can talk. The company is a drug manufacturer, and they are in a quiet period, so they cannot talk. But you will see it next week. So watch out for that next week.
Anthony, I'm with you, LD. Fiber falls by the wayside when protein is my goal. I'm sorry, fruits and veggies. Yeah, I mean, I'm to the point now where I need to work the fruits and vegetables back in, right? And really, everyone should be getting fruits and vegetables on a daily basis. It's hard when you don't have a lot of appetite, when you're not really hungry to get those things in, but they are important. So, handful of blueberries or some raspberries or some strawberries on top of your salad, or I have bananas sitting on the counter. So when I come home from the gym, sometimes I'll grab a banana. I should put a protein with it, but sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I'm trying to get to that 30 grams of fiber.
I think we answered this, but yes, there are still places available on the cruise.
Yes.
Reach out, go to the downsized.org,
Yes.
click on the cruise tab. You can reach out to our travel advisors, Kelly and Roberta, and they can hook you up. We'd love to meet you.
Roberta's in Tahiti, but Kelly's available. Yeah. Roberta's on a cruise. That's what happens when you're a travel agent. You get to cruise a lot.
Susan Wittenberg, when changing to a different GLP-1 med like Retta, do doctors look at current BMI or starting BMI? So if there's a stall and I am at 15 milligrams Zepbound and no longer going down in weight. So there's a couple things going on there. Susan, first of all, Retta is not available and has not been FDA approved. So that's not something you could walk into your doctor and have prescribed or filled at any pharmacy anywhere because it's still in clinical trials. Typically, though, what you're describing is the reason you need to have a good care provider who has a history for you, because the disease of obesity is diagnosed from the beginning with the BMI, not from your current BMI. Now, what they'll do is evaluate your health, and just like every doctor does, and they'll decide what's the appropriate medication for you. So you need somebody who really knows your journey and your history when Retta comes out, probably early next year would be my guess, if that's something you're interested in. I say that because when you listen to tomorrow's video about the Medicare program, it very clearly spells out, and people have been wondering, well, what happens if I've lost weight and I no longer meet the BMI requirement? Well, what they clearly say is it is dependent on your starting BMI. So if you started at 35, which is the first tier of being eligible for the Medicare. There's other tiers, so don't get too excited. Watch it. There's a lot of detail tomorrow. Is the first tier. You could be at 25 and still be eligible, assuming your doctor writes it and says that you're in. So you could be in maintenance. 27. You could be in maintenance.
Oh, well, you went from starting to maintenance.
Okay. So from starting to maintenance, you could be in maintenance and still be eligible for it, but your doctor needs to be able to submit you with the starting BMI. And I go into a lot of detail on that tomorrow. So and pay attention.
Obesity, you need to be diagnosed with the disease of obesity. I was diagnosed with obesity years ago, right? It was in my chart. Well, obesity is a disease with no cure. So once you're diagnosed with obesity, you always have obesity, even if your BMI is now 27 or 25 or some lower BMI, right? So you have your history, you're weighing at the doctor, you have your MyChart information, or maybe you're keeping your weight here, but that's why, your in-person yearly physicals with blood work and everything like that are so important, because they document your weight, they document your blood work, all your markers. So if you're thinking, maybe I need to go to an in-person doctor, you probably do, and get your blood work done, have your yearly checkup.
Robert Paxton says, which weight chart do you believe is more correct? Ideal body weight or BMI?
Well, BMI
do you know ideal body weight is a chart? I don't know that.
BMI is a screening tool, right? So it's not really, it's just a screening tool, and it's just a height weight ratio, and it's not great, but it's something to let doctors know if you need to be treated or not. There's a lot of weight charts out there. There's a lot of opinions on this. I've always gone by the Weight Watchers weight charts because I've been chasing that number for the past, 40 years of all my life. So, really the best thing is to sit down with your doctor and pull out some different ones and talk about where you see yourself or what you think is achievable for you. The goal weight that I wanted at age, 18 is not the goal weight that I want now today at age 57. So,
right. So what I did initially with my doctor is I said, well, what should my goal weight be? And he was like, well, I don't know. And he sat there with his laptop and pulled up 4 or 5 different charts. And then he goes, well, this one says this one says this, and there's a good bit of variation between them. He said, well, how much did you weigh when you graduated from high school? I told him. He said, well, when was the last time you really felt like you felt at a good weight? So it was this whole conversation. And we kind of landed on a number based off of the conversation and the consultation with him. But the reality of how he treated it was, he was like, well, let's come in. And for the first year, I came in every 3 months and we did blood work and did all. And he's like, let's look at not only your weight, but your blood work, because I'm worried about your blood pressure. I'm worried about your cholesterol. I'm worried about all these things. So let's look at all your other numbers. And it's the combined health assessment that he's doing that gets you to a place where he could say, looks like you're in pretty good shape. Maybe this is your goal weight.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's a very interactive, good doctor. The doctor I had about 10 years ago when I was struggling at Weight Watchers before GLP-1s, I said, what do you think my goal weight should be? She looks at me, she goes, how tall are you? 5'5"? 160. Next. Like, it's just, it depends on who you ask, right? And how much time they take with the answer.
If you watch the doctor interviews, Lorraine's asked that question to quite a few of them. How do you determine?
Because I always want to, what do you think of my goal weight at 145 for 5'5", 57-year-old me? Is that good? Is that high? I don't know. I think it's good. I'm able to maintain it, so maybe that's good for me.
And there's some other diagnostic tools that have come out of JAMA and a few international bodies that involve weight, height, waist measurements. And there's 4 or 5 factors that they're using to do it. I've done some videos on it. You can go back and look at it. And I don't remember the name of the video, or I would tell you, but there's some other more advanced ways that use more metrics.
Jill Brooking, I finally lost the weight I gained back after gastric sleeve surgery, 30 pounds. Yeah, well, congratulations. A lot of people, after they have bariatric surgery, that it just kind of creeps up over time, right? Because it affects the food noise initially, but not permanently. So I'm glad you only gained 30. A lot of people have, gained much more than that back after their bariatric surgery. We got another super chat from Mr. Piggy. Thank you for your super chat, Piggy. Yes, no more. It's funny to say the whole name. Does anyone know if Lilly is seeking RETA approval as for type 2 or obesity? Traditionally, GLP-1 starts type 2 and then seek other approvals.
They're running trials on both right now. We've reported on both trials. Mm-hmm. So I think it's just a matter of which gets done first. They actually, what did we say? They have 6 or 7 more trials going on RETA. I think that's what it was. They're running trials on both.
Yeah. And not for anything, we did another story with a smaller drug company that was looking for funding for some clinical trials. I guess those are pretty expensive to run. Like, you don't realize how many, millions of dollars they spend on these drug trials. And then some of them never even come up with a drug they can get FDA approved. So thanks, Eli Lilly, I guess. But yeah, I think they're doing both.
Vera Kills, wouldn't it be easier to take more GLP-1 pills than injections? I think if people want to abuse medication and not follow the instructions, it's pretty easy to do either one. Either one. And the problem is we cannot manage global healthcare based off of the exception of someone breaking the rules. We just can't. We have to set the rules. We have to give them good doctors. We have to do the best we can. But if we're going to block out whole types of medications, so for instance, orforglipron, Foundayo, because somebody might do it incorrectly.
Because some nut somewhere.
Yeah. That's just not the way to manage it. Now, you could put more restrictions on the prescribing of it. So you could say, hey, this is a tracked drug and you can only fill so many times and, all of that. Now, could they go out and buy it illegally? Other things? Yeah, absolutely they could. But there's only so many guardrails you can put on things like that. And then if people want to do stupid things, they figure out the way to do stupid things.
People do stupid things every day.
Anthony's giving you some hearts.
Anthony! I never do it right. What y'all think of Justin Bieber, his Coachella performance with him just like doing a sing-along to his old YouTube videos of him as a child?
I'm guessing this crowd probably did not watch that.
Some people think it's genius. Some people think it's just lazy. Sabrina Carpenter didn't do that. She had a fully choreographed show. All right, moving on. Carla Hammonds, part 2. If I can make it on the 11.25 dose and then take that, I didn't get part 1.
I think we may have. I don't know. I apologize, Carla. Fallon, MD. This is talking about the pills.
Dual board certified nurse practitioner here. Please do not cut or crush any pills that are not scored or prescribed that way. Thank you. That is an excellent point. So don't be cutting up the Wegovy pill. Don't be cutting up the Foundayo. They're not made for that. You're going to screw it up. They're not going to work right. You're going to possibly have some adverse effects. So don't do that. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Tess Rose says, Terry from Oklahoma here. I'm 71 years old, down 85 pounds on compounded tirzepatide. Woo woo. That's awesome. Almost to the 100 club. Joke from been obese all my adult life. Even had weight loss surgery in 2002. I've done it all. Wow. I'm glad we now have these medications that are so effective. Linda Bookmiller, thank you for bringing up the crazy posts out there about people misusing these drugs. I see where people are layering the oral and the compounded, making up doses. Oh, gosh. I have not seen that. Don't, please. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up, Linda. Yeah, don't. These are not mix and match drugs. These are take one at a time drugs. More is not going to be better when it comes to these kinds of things. Don't do it. Please follow the directions. Daydream Believer and her cat, who is the homecoming queen, is 71 pounds down. 71 down. You're 71 down 80, 78 in 25 weeks. Well, that's awesome. Wow, that's pretty fast weight loss, right? That's like 3 pounds a week. That's you're beating the average by a lot. Hello?
I'm getting there. Getting there. I know.
Hello. Oh, Sandy Murphy sent us a super chat.
Okay, one moment. Let's do Susan Wittenberg.
Oh, just a minute, Sandy. Sorry. Susan Wittenberg says, when you change to a different GLP med, Zepbound or Retta, does doctor look at starting BMI or present? It depends on the doctor. They should look at the starting, but you also have to look at where you are at the present, right? Do you start at comparable dose or start at intro dose of the different med? I've seen people transit. Now, right now we only have semaglutide, tirzepatide, like Wegovy to Zepbound or Zepbound to Wegovy. And I've seen doctors go to a comparable dose. I've seen doctors make people start, they max out on Wegovy. I've seen them make them start at the starting dose of Zepbound. I've seen them give them the 5 milligram dose. It just depends on the doctor. It depends on the person. You're not going to have to worry about Zepbound or retatrutide anytime soon because it's illegal to purchase in the US. So if you're getting retatrutide, it's not legal. And we're not going to debate on that because it's we don't talk about that. We don't talk about
Vera. I think if we remember, Vera says also the quick pen allows only 4 doses. Clicks not sure about the dose that is less than 1 on the pen. So Vera, technically you are correct. However, Many people, including a lot of reputable doctors, have charts published where if you feel that when you turn that pen, you can feel it click and click and click. And there are people who count the clicks and can tell you what size the dose is for how many clicks there are. So they will split their dose in half, like a 5-dose to 2, and they'll do it.
Or just get compounded tirzepatide. The end.
Yeah.
Sandy Murphy.
I'm sorry, Sandy
Laraine,
Murphy.
what's my choice? Belly button. Only belly button. Sandy Murphy says, $9.99 super chat. Thank you. I love the new JoJo cam. Makes it worth the watch. Yay! JoJo! Cornelius!
Can you see her?
She is the cutest kitty. I got it. I got it.
You don't.
Okay, well.
Oh, you can.
Okay, thanks. Look, that's got a little Zepbound pen next to her. We did a story about kitty Ozempic that was kind of silly. No kitty Ozempic here. I'm glad you like the JoJo cam.
Glad you asked the answer to that.
What's Anthony say? Anthony, I always assume if a question isn't asked in the first hour, then you guys don't reach it. Thanks, Anthony. Maybe I should drive. Maybe you should just answer the questions and I'll drive the thing.
I don't know. That's the speed problem. I think it's the chattiness that's the speed problem.
I mean, we're sitting here waiting on you. Brendy says, I've noticed that I've been sleepless often since I upped my Zepbound dose. Some people say that. Is that a known side effect? Maybe. I am also feeling colder, especially at night.
Cold, yes.
We're cold all the time. So, yeah, it is common for this drug. It affects what is that part of your brain at the bottom? Hypothalamus. It does have an effect on that where you actually are colder on this medication. You're also losing weight, so you've lost your layer of insulation. So,
all those combo deal, you're cold. And some people,
those things are true.
Yeah, some people do report sleeplessness.
Weird dreams people talk about. Test row 45. Wish I could go on the cruise, but I'm a caregiver for unhealthy hubby. Can't leave him home for that long. I'm sorry about that. I'm back to my high school weight now and loving mochi. Love, Terry. Oh, well, good for you, Terry. That's awesome. Melody Sherrard Redman. Good evening, Downsized. Thanks for all you do to encourage those of us living the GLP-1 lifestyle. I'm a slow burner. Down about 40 since May, 5'4", 65, 4 adult children, 3 grants, retired. Okay, girl. Well, awesome.
40 since May?
So in a year-ish.
Oh, I'll just say since last month. That's not slow.
We haven't done May of 2026 yet, dear. Yeah.
Oh, true that. I don't know.
Christopher Durham. You know, he can recall facts about Medicare, but he doesn't know what month we're in or how the months are ordered in the calendar. Or what is my exact birthday. What's my birthday, Christopher?
St. Patrick's Day,
He doesn't know. It's not. Okay, moving on. Thanks, Melody. It's not. Kim K. Question. Hit 100 pounds down. Yay. And been in maintenance since March 1st. Was a little anticlimactic. Yeah. And I honestly missed the high of losing. Yeah, same girl. Has anyone experienced this? Number 1 and number 2.
Yeah.
Still weigh every day. Yeah, we still weigh every day. Now you have to find other things to optimize, right? So how you doing on your fruits and vegetables? How you doing on your sleep? How you doing on your exercise? It's good for your heart. It's good for your muscles. It's good for all the things, right? So we also use the body pod. So we're not just looking at our weight number. We're looking at our muscle mass. We're looking at our body fat percentage. We're looking at our body water. We're looking at other things because the number of weight, it's not really changing that much anymore, right? So we can optimize other things to get healthier.
And I'm not trying to optimize. I'm just trying to stay where I am.
I want to be the best me I can be.
I am the best me I can be.
Well, there you go. So you're done. Congratulations.
But I say it all the time, and Lorraine's like, no, that's not true. The challenge that you're pointing out of hitting that goal weight is you spent the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years believing that your life was going to change and that everything would be better and all your problems would
Everything
go
is
away.
better. All
And
my
you would
problems
be
should
able
go
to
away.
wear a bikini
I
like
am.
Tyra Banks did, or pick a whoever, and you hit it, and there are no unicorns and moonbeams. There just aren't. It's a good day, and you're like, yay me, but then life goes on, right? So maintenance is really life.
Oh, okay, Joe. Okay.
You're wrestling with the cat.
I was
here.
trying to get her back on the JoJo cam. Excuse me, ma'am. She just swatted me. No, she's swatting you. Okay. Excuse me, ma'am. Yeah, it's I was chasing my Weight Watchers goal weight was 156 pounds. I've had 156 pounds written on papers that I posted all over everywhere for years, right? I never could get there. And now with the medicine, I got there and I got lower. And what was so hard about it? I just didn't have the right medication. So I've replaced all my clothes. I've cleaned out everything. You just go through these phases of maintenance and then your brain has to really recognize yourself in the mirror, because for a long time I didn't see myself at my goal weight. I still saw myself at 200 pounds. So, you have to kind of, it takes a while for everything to kind of sink in, and there's no finish line. This is your life now. Moments in motion question. Hi, love you too. I am 5 and a half,
Yeah.
5 feet and a half, and my teledoc does not want me below 125. 5 feet? Not go below 125? That sounds high for 5 feet. I mean, you look like you're, I don't know, not older than
Maybe
me.
it's 5 feet 6, 5.5. I heard say.
Tell me your weight. Tell me your height again, because my brain reverts back to the 17 magazine weight chart that I studied in
But this is
1985.
not, she says it, and it's not something she should ever repeat again because it's not.
No,
valid.
but for if you're 5 feet, like it's 100 pounds, and then add 5 pounds for every inch over.
Again, really not a valid weight chart.
Okay, so for me that'd be 125. I should never be below 125 pounds. I'm never going to get to 125 pounds. I'm 145 pounds. Well, 148 pounds as of this morning. So if you're 5 feet tall or even 5'1", and your doctor says you need to be 120.
Well, she might be 5'6" if she's half a foot.
I don't think that's what that means.
Hard to say.
I need more clarification.
But answer the second part of that question because I'm intrigued on
morning. You always weigh yourself in the morning. Never weigh yourself at night. Never, ever. No matter what. Don't only weigh yourself once a day. Only in the morning. Only first thing in the morning.
Go to the bathroom first.
Do not weigh yourself multiple times a day. Do not weigh yourself at night. You will just hurt your own feelings. The end. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
But
Okay.
Get up, go to the bathroom first, weigh yourself, and do it the same way every day.
All right.
Well, she didn't know, so it's not.
Morning weight. It's always morning weight. Yeah. That's why you make your doctor's appointment in the morning. And take off your shoes and wear your lightest thing to the doctor's office.
Fallon, midlife, a couple people are telling that, which is the acetone question. It could be a sign of ketosis. Speak with your provider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see that we're not doctors.
Well, isn't that the carnivore guy? Which is basically
somebody else
you only
said that,
eat.
right?
You're
Could
only
be
eating
too much
meat.
keto.
Yeah. You know what? The thing I like about GLP 1:30 in the morning, at 1:30 in the morning, but 1:30 at night. Huh? Don't want to say. Huh? You're at 1:30 in the morning, but 1:30. That's the same. If you're the same, just weigh your. What's your question? I'm always more at night. Maybe you're the same at all times of the day. I don't know. What was I going to say? Oh, you don't have to follow any particular diet plan on this medication. This is not a diet. This is a medical treatment for the disease of obesity. These are prescription medications. Okay. This is not Weight Watchers. This is not a keto diet. This is not. Now you should follow a balanced diet. You should eat whole foods. You should put protein first and try to hit your protein goals, and then fill in with other foods. But you don't have to eliminate carbs. You don't have to eliminate dairy. I get a little frustrated with the people who say, I only can do keto when I'm doing Zepbound. You're going to eat keto for the rest of if you want to eat keto for the rest of your life, and that works for you, well, that's fine. But I'm not eating keto. I don't want to eliminate bread or birthday cake, or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have those things necessarily every day, but I don't want to eliminate them either. I don't want to eliminate fruits, right? We need these things to be healthy. So I think people get really stuck on those old diets that worked for them in the past. Maybe I'll cut carbs. And even in the back of my head, I'm thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't eat so many carbs today because, I ate a lot on the cruise, and maybe you don't have to eliminate food groups.
Ultimately, the goal is to build a healthy eating habit that is sustainable for the rest of your life. And really all you're doing while you're losing weight is doing that with lesser calories, such that when you get to your goal weight, that center weight, as I call it, you're going to adjust your dose to whatever's appropriate to you. And then you're going to add calories, but you're still going to be eating the same way. So you've been building that habit all along, whether it be a year, 2 years, however long it takes you to get. So it's not all of a sudden hard, and you don't all of a sudden go, oh, I don't have to do that anymore.
I'm done.
Because these medications are medical. It's not about depriving yourself. It's not about, diets are at their very core about deprivation. They just are. It's about depriving you, your body, your happiness, your soul of everything that you believe is good.
Talk to me more about diets, Christopher, and all the diets you've done in your life.
I can tell you about I can tell you about your condescending attitude about my diets. Yes.
Well,
just because I haven't done the intensively stupid ones.
No cabbage soup diet for you. No soup for you. Soup diet. I once ordered packets of soup as a soup diet from you forget about all the diets that you've done, like, throughout your whole life, right?
But it doesn't mean that I dieted less. It just means I didn't diet the same way you did.
Did you do the cabbage soup diet?
Of course not, because that's stupid.
Did you do the Atkins diet?
Nope, stupid.
Did you do the keto diet?
Nope, stupid.
Did you do intermittent fasting?
No, stupid.
Did you do Weight Watchers? You went to Weight Watchers with me one time.
Double down on stupid.
Anyway, you don't have to do any special diet with this. These medications are just going to make you naturally eat less. They're going to reduce your appetite. They're going to slow your digestion so you stay full for longer. And you're going to get the full signal when you're full. You're going to get a hunger signal when it's time to eat, ideally. Maybe not right at the beginning, but now I was hungry for breakfast this morning. It was time to eat. I woke up and ate. Hunger is not the enemy. It's just when we have the disease of obesity, our hormones are unregulated, dysregulated, and we don't get that fullness signal. We don't get that satiety signal. It's impossible. All right. Jenny Sisser. Question. I'm down 45 pounds and have been on Zepbound since 1 year and 2 months. My goal is to lose 50 total pounds. 50 total pounds. All right. So you're 5 pounds away. However, I'm on 12.5 milligrams for 5 months, and I'm losing slowly now, a pound a month. Move up.
So let's start this with
you might already be at your goal and you just don't know it.
I wouldn't say that. The last bit of weight is the hardest to lose, and it will take you the longest. I would move up if it were me personally, yes. I don't believe in her nonsense about you might already be at your goal. You can get there if you want to. The question will be, can you sustain that? So your body might say, no, that's not a sustainable weight later, but you can get there if you want to.
12.5 for 5 months is a long time to be on one dose. And if you're only losing a pound a month, so, a quarter pound a week, say, or less, and you're not having side effects, you could probably go up to the 15, and you could probably knock out the 5 pounds in maybe a couple months, maybe. But if you're still losing slowly, I mean, I don't know. You could stay, you
I'd
could
go
go.
up personally.
It's just depends on how you want to do it.
Yusuf says muscle sparing medication while on Zepbound. Have you heard anything new? So there are a few in development. What I would tell you is they're probably several years away from FDA approval. We have done news stories on them in the past, but there's a few in development. There's a new set of research out of Germany that I'm trying to get the doctor on who did the research. He was actually on Docs Who Lift, the Nadolsky Brothers podcast the other day. That's a fascinating set where this doctor actually looks at the muscle loss with GLP-1s and says, and I'm not a doctor and this is paraphrasing, well, I'm trying to get him on, but says essentially that we have focused on this paranoia around the weight of lean mass. And lean mass is more than just muscle. It's tendons and it's all kinds of other things. And that the weight of lean mass is not necessarily an indicator of health.
It's the quality of
the quality of the lean mass, or the quality of your muscle and the usability of your muscle. And so he's kind of, and it's very early, it's like mice research and all this stuff, but it's very, very cool. So he's positing that there will be a point where there are evaluations for your muscle usage that really talks about your agility and how your grip strength and how you can, and we've heard this from other doctors before, so it's not a huge surprise. And he goes so far as to say that it's a bit of a paranoia around it, that yes, you should do all the things. And if you watch the Nadolsky Brothers, you know, they work out and they're big muscle guys. So they're all in for that. But that it's really about saying not, I don't want to lose muscle, but that I want to have the correct muscle and usability for my given goal weight. So if I started at 400 pounds and I get to 200 pounds, a 200-pound person doesn't necessarily need the same amount of muscle to carry that they were using to carry around 400 pounds. So what was the usability and how much muscle and usability do I need at the end? If that makes sense.
And that's all managed with medication, or is it a combination of
it's all of the above. It's all
exercise
of the above.
and medication? Yeah. So, I mean, it'd be great if we could take a medication along with our Zepbound that would ensure that we did not lose any muscle. We only lost fat. Isn't that what we just want to lose fat, right? We don't want to lose muscle. But anytime you go on a diet, you can't choose what your body offloads, right? You're going to lose some muscle and
his
some
statement
fat.
was really muscle weight is not a good indicator of anything. It's just an indicator that you have, if you have very low quality muscle that can't get you around, it doesn't really matter.
Well, I mean, you get into like sarcopenia. The quality of the muscle, I would think, can only be improved with exercise,
and they're saying that, but
right?
it's just a matter of how are we evaluating what success looks like. And
we want to be strong. We want to be able to lift our groceries out of our car. We want to be able to not trip on the sidewalk and fall down and regain our balance.
To where, I mean, he was even,
and
and he's talking, you can watch that interview. He was even talking about, because so many people have basically abandoned aerobics in favor of strength.
Yeah.
And he was even saying there are some aerobic exercises that help with agility and balance,
right,
that still have value.
Right. And you can fit it all in, right? You all don't have to do 100% strength training every day. You shouldn't do 100% of aerobics every day. If you can do twice a week weightlifting or resistance training, and twice a week walking, and twice a week high impact, whatever. I mean, but I think I personally feel that the quality of your muscle is going to be improved with resistance
And he
training.
says,
I
he
think
says that.
everyone who is on these medications at some point needs to incorporate resistance training into your routine. And maybe you don't have to do that at week 1, but maybe at some point you want to think about it, because the point is here to be strong and healthy. It is not to be stick thin like we saw in the 90s and the models with the heroin chic. That's out. We don't want that. We want to be strong and healthy and be able to take care of ourselves for the rest of our lives. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Started at 114 kilograms, now 81 kilograms.
All right, cool.
So what's the translation there, Laraine?
2.2 pounds per kilogram. So 8 times 2 he's about 160, 70 something. And he was 230 something. So good job. Good job.
All right.
Those are not exact numbers.
No, someone will correct it, I'm sure, but that's fine. We're at 2 hours, 10 minutes, so we're going to be done here shortly. Let me see if there's any pressing questions. What do
you think, Jojo? Jojo says, oh. Jojo.
Lady Sauce 1960 says on your report tomorrow, Christopher.
What time are you putting it out?
I'm in Eastern, so it's always Eastern. Unless we're in Spain, but it's always Eastern. And honestly, it is filmed and edited, so it's just a matter of when I push it.
When are you going to make it live?
It's 4 o'clock.
People want to
4
know.
o'clock Eastern.
This is why you should subscribe to the Downsized.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have, Letty. I'm not pointing you out, but subscribe to the Downsized, and then the little notification bell. If you click it, you'll get notified as the moment he posts the video. You will get notified. So that's one thing that you can do, or just check back tomorrow night. And it'll be there. Moxie Roxy. Hi, guys. Haven't seen y'all in a while. Well, where you been, Moxie Roxy? I'm glad to be here tonight. What dose y'all currently on? I'm currently on 7.5 milligrams of compounded tirzepatide. I have been on, I recently looked, and I've been on 7.5 for over a year. And I'm thinking maybe it's time to up my dose a little bit in maintenance. My weight has crept up from, I started at 193. I got to 143. That was my 50-pound goal. I got as low as 138. And then I said, that's a little too low. And I started coming up a little bit. I got to 143. I was holding at 145 for a long time. And then we recently did a trip, and now I'm bobbling around 148. So I'd really like to be at that 143. I think I'm kind of at the top of my range, so I'd like to work on that a little bit. What dose are you on, Christopher?
15 milligrams, and I have been for more than a year. The highest dose I actually obtained was 16.6 through Mochi. And Jamila Wallace says, I'm currently on 16.6 milligrams of tirzepatide with Mochi and wanted to know if that is the highest dosage with compound. That's the highest one I've seen. There may be other ones out there, but I haven't seen anything.
And some compounders don't do that 16.6. I don't think I have one on my list right now. I live in North Carolina that does the 16.6. We did at one time. Junetta Washington, 1969. Can self-pay choose the quick pens?
Right. So if you're self-paying to get a quick pen, the easiest way to do it, and we actually get some for one of our girls, is through Lilly Direct. And you just have to have your provider send the prescription to Lilly Direct, and they will ship it directly to your door. I don't have to go to Walgreens and fight with
the pharmacist.
If you pay attention to the news, we did a news story this week, and Amazon is delivering the quick pens as well.
So your doctor would prescribe it to Amazon Pharmacy.
Yeah.
And then Amazon Pharmacy would ship it to your door.
But it's the same price no matter where you get it.
I'm all about shipping it to my door, unless we get into the middle of summer and people. Oh, one poor lady sent me a message today. She lives in Florida. She picked some new service for compounding. She bought a year of compounded. It came to her door. All the ice packs were melted. She took her thermometer. It was 84 degrees. And I said, I would really try to get your money back for that. She goes, well, it was a good price. I'm like, Don't do it. Don't do it. Brandy Geisler said, down 58 pounds in 33 weeks. So many non-scale victories. Wishing the constant fatigue would get better. Try some electrolytes in your water. I'd love to feel like doing more of the things that physically I can now. Does it get better? I'd love to feel like doing the physical. Yeah, I mean, 33 weeks. So you're in it. You're doing it. Yeah, take a look at your sleep, take a look at your hydration, take a look at your calories, your nutrition. If you've cut out carbs and you're tired, guess what? Your body needs carbs for energy.
And if you're not getting the vitamins and minerals you need, I mean, it's seriously nutrition.
I mean, I take a multivitamin. I don't think it's medical advice to say, I think you should take a multivitamin. Weight Watchers tells you to take a multivitamin. So,
and the one I take is the Centrum 55 Plus multivitamin from any store in America, just about. It doesn't cost much. It's not prescription.
It's just
People will argue it's terrible, it's great, it's whatever. You do you, but that's what I take.
Yeah, I've taken some fancier vitamins, and I've taken Centrum, Silver. I think they're all pretty much the same. Not really, but that's what I'm taking now, Centrum Silver.
Darian says, we love Kristen Kish, new Top Chef host. Yeah. She was fabulous. Actually, she was really good to do the cameo with. And Anthony says, did Christopher just drop a random tangent? Yes, I did.
I'm glad you noticed that, Anthony.
Moxie Roxy says, any new commercials with Mochi? No, we filmed a Mochi commercial more than a year ago now, and there's no plans to do any more commercials.
They keep cutting it up and using different pieces of it in different commercials. So, you might see us here or there on Hulu. People see us on ESPN. People see me. I see myself on Facebook all the time. It's a little weird, but yeah. But nothing new.
Margaret Mitchum says, are there any handicapped accessible rooms on the cruise ship? Yeah, so all cruise ships have them available. I don't know if there's any still available on this ship. You'd have to
Kelly
call
could check for you
Kelly
for
and
sure.
See. But they do exist on the
exist.
ship. I don't. Let's see here. We're going to be finished up. I was just making sure there was no.
You got to call Alexander and make sure he has his tux. We're going to a wedding this weekend, and it's black tie. Not black tie optional, but black tie. We'll post some pictures. Well, not of the children because they don't want to be on the YouTube channel. But we'll post pictures of Christopher and myself.
Yeah. All right. So Yusuf, you will discover there are some people out there that don't do well on these medications. Crick and Kraken has been very, very slow on this. I've personally met her. They are few and far between, but the statistics say
10%.
right around 10% of people either don't respond or respond very slowly to these medications. I can tell you every doctor we've ever talked to, including Michael Beerbaum from NYU Langone, and I did an interview with him. Is it NYU Langone?
I don't know.
It might be another one. It might be the other NYU hospital. Have said repeatedly that if these medications are failing, it is not the patient's fault. It is the medication's fault, and we have not found the right medication for them. The treatment is not there yet. So although we can absolutely do things to help them, by doing all the habits and all those things, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make it successful. You're just going to make it a little better. So if it's not working for your body, it's not your fault either. All right. Please don't forget to sign up for the Downsized Dish. Fallon, where are you?
Oh, yeah.
The nurse practitioner. Yeah. All right. So many of you out there. We appreciate it. There's 315 of you out there, 272 likes. Please take a moment to like and subscribe. I will never get through all these comments. So come back next week and we will be here, same bat time, same bat channel on Wednesday night.
I guess we will.
The earlier you arrive, the more likely your question is to get answered. Or if you do a super chat, it'll get bumped up to the thing. You don't have to.
Chat.
But it pops up with bright yellow, orange for us, and we can see those. Other than that, we just take them as they come.
Just a reminder for all you guys, all 75 people who are signed up for the Downsized cruise, we are having a Zoom cruise call meeting tomorrow, Thursday at 7 p.m. You should have all received an email with a link to that Zoom. If you haven't, please send us a message through the website, and I'll send you the link. And if you want to sign up for the cruise, there's still spots available. So there you go. And we will record the Zoom call. So if you can't make it or you sign up later, you can watch it. Okay. Val Fitzwater, what you doing over there, Val, with your $19.99 super chat? Thank you so much. You see Val's super chat?
Yeah, one moment.
Thank you, Val. You didn't even say anything. Did you want to say something, Val? Put it in the chat. Thank you so much. We met Val. She went on the cruise last year. She's going on the cruise this year with us. She lives in Florida, and she's dragging her husband along with her. So ladies, drag those spouses along, or husbands, drag your wives along. And, they usually have a pretty good time too, or at least they did last year. So
I do want to take one statement before we get out of here. Nino Hyop says, if GLP-1 medications work by hijacking natural satiety signals to drastically reduce food consumption, are we creating a long-term physiological dependency that weakens the native ability to do so? So it's a fundamental misunderstanding. GLP-1s do not hijack natural satiety signals. So the way a GLP-1 works, so that glucagon-like peptide, so you've got semaglutide and tirzepatide, works is it does two different things. Number one, it slows your digestion and increases your satiety, so it makes you feel full faster. And in the case of tirzepatide, it also has that GIP that makes you, actually it changes the way you think, and it reduces the food noise in it. The challenge of are we creating a long-term physiological dependency conversation is this is a complex, chronic, reoccurring disease. These drugs do not heal it. They're a treatment for the disease. So we're not dependent on anything. Well, by any stretch of the imagination.
I have comments. So hijacking natural satiety signals. So for all my life, I never got a satiety signal. So you have leptin and you have ghrelin. Ghrelin increases your hunger. Leptin sends the signal when you're full. Those didn't work for me. Those hormones were dysregulated in my body. I never felt full. I always felt hungry, always thought about food. My natural satiety signals were dysregulated. I had none. So now with the tirzepatide, those are now regulated. I get a full signal when I eat a meal. I am hungry when it's time to eat. When I haven't eaten for 3 or 4 hours, I feel hunger, right? And I never felt those. If I was not on tirzepatide, I would not feel those hunger and satiety signals. So hijacking is not maybe the right word. It's more like regulating your hormones to give you the proper signals.
The challenge of people with the disease of obesity is, in most cases, they simply do not have the native ability to manage all of this. So it weakens the native ability to do. It doesn't exist when you have the disease. What's happening is the disease of obesity is driving you to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So your ghrelin, all that's not working. Where the food noise comes from is because that natural GLP-1 in your stomach that's supposed to send a signal to your DPP4s, like it's supposed to say, hey, turn off, you're full. Yeah. It doesn't work. It just stops. So what the medication is doing is coming in and saying, it's okay. You're safe. You do not have to plan for nuclear winter. You do not have to continue to eat. So is it changing what's happening temporarily? Absolutely it is. But no, it's not hijacking anything. And the reality is, and people who go off of it and figure out they can't stay off of it, it's because the native ability does not exist, and this isn't fixing it.
A really good book that I would suggest to anyone to read that wants to know more about this is the book Enough by Dr. Anya Jesterboff and Oprah Winfrey. It's mainly by Dr. Anya Jesterboff, but Oprah Winfrey does give some personal examples. It's amazing. I did a 3-part series going through the book, talking about all these different things that Dr. Anya points out. It gives you a very good understanding of what's going on in your body. So, and I know y'all like other books out there too, but my personal favorite is Enough by Dr. Anya. And we might be able to get her to come on and do an interview, because we talked to a doctor that had her on text message and was texting her to say if she wanted to be on our show. So I'm super excited about that.
We talked to a doctor who knows her, who knows Oprah, who I was like Googling, and I'm like, oh, she does. There's like them together. Like, yeah. That's the interview next week. It's a good interview. She's like,
this doctor we talked to the other day said, oh, would you like to interview some other doctors that I know? We're like, yeah, sure. She's like, do you know Dr. Anya Jesterboff? I'm like, I am her number 1 fan. Yes, I would love to. So hopefully we can make that happen. So like and subscribe.
Anthony says, get Oprah on the show. Anthony, if we could, I assure you we would. So.
Oprah, call me. Right? Like, that would be
Oprah, we will fly to you anywhere in the world and bring a whole studio and set up at your house if you need us to.
Oprah can fly us to her.
Oh, well, I will go to her.
We're available at any time.
Absolutely. We would. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. It has now been 2 hours and 25 minutes and 50 seconds. There's 282 of you out there and 293 likes. We almost made 300 likes. Surely there's another 7 likes out there floating around.
Hit the like.
Surely there's another 7 likes.
A couple more. I saw a couple more hearts
go
out
by. Laraine will be sad. JoJo will be sad.
Oh, JoJo's checked out. JoJo will attack. JoJo says, I attacks. JoJo says, I was attacking. Wait.
Oh, she didn't like that.
JoJo was like soundly asleep.
297.
JoJo says, yay, thank you. I can have some fancy feast. All right, we got to go.
All right,
JoJo, you're a mess.
And 303, thank you very much. We appreciate
What's 303?
it. It's likes.
Oh, yay! Yeah. Thanks, guys. All right, we'll see you
next week.
I mean, every day. We're here every day. So
watch out for that video tomorrow on Medicare. There's a lot of meat there. It's 30 plus minutes long, and somebody's going to go, it's too long, it's boring. I'm like, well, it's a lot of detail. So let me know what you think of it. Make sure you like and subscribe. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are
JoJo Durham.
Downsized. We'll see you next time.